All right, you can hear me right there. Okay, I think we're good on the audio. Let me know. Let me check very quick. Only one way to find out. Only one way to find out. Oh yeah, it's good. All right, my friends, I want to say to all of you, whoever is watching right now, thank you very much for your support, for being here tonight. Thank you for sticking with me through everything that we've been doing lately. Definitely a lot of things going on, a lot of busyness. I want to say thank you for being patient with the channel in reference to producing content. I've been busy with my work, of course, job, and getting stuff done here in the house, putting stuff together for my wife, getting stuff ready. Like the house, it finally started feeling like home. I'm still, as you can see maybe in the background, you're still missing my collectibles. I finally have all my books there, but I'm still missing some other stuff. All my gaming stuff is on this side, so I'm good. I'm still missing some other things that I'm working on. And a lot of stuff, you know, little by little we're working on stuff. Today I put some stuff for my wife, some furniture. There's more furniture that I'm gonna put together tomorrow for her, and we'll take it from there. But soon we're gonna start having collectibles, and then I'm gonna start recording videos. Definitely need to start getting back on track, but little by little things are getting in the place that they need to be, so I'm very grateful for that. But I want to thank you for being patient with me, and also for being supportive of the channel. Continue to watch the videos, and dedicating time to you know, to go through the stuff that we produce here on the channel. So today we have a good day, and I want to welcome everyone that is here. Please, I ask you, don't forget to leave a like, to leave a comment. If you're here for the first time, you like what I'm producing, please subscribe to the channel. Been doing this for 12 years. Produce a lot of content, talk about collectibles a lot. I talk about comics. I produce a lot of things. I talk about movies, anything that has to do with fandom, with the geeky stuff. I love it. You know, I have a gaming channel, although I haven't really done much lately. Podcasts, Age of Heroes. I pretty much have a lot of recordings. You can have the links in this right here somewhere in the channel description. You can actually follow. Please follow me on those channels. And I also have a spiritual channel, although I don't do much with it. But yeah, trying to get back on track on that one too. In any case, today is an important day, of course. There's a lot of things that were revealed this week, and I want to cover as much as I can, of course, with the highlights, not everything we're going to cover. Just to give you an idea on the action figure war, just to give you an idea. The stuff that we're going to cover today on the action, I want to talk about Hiya Toys. Hiya Toys always producing really cool stuff. If you are a Godzilla fan, they have King Ghidorah. We're going to look at, it's a 2.0 version. They already released it before, but this is an upgraded version. Gonna look at it. We're gonna look at Frazetta Girls. They have with the Icon Collectibles, which is a line that they're producing. Frazetta has a new Conan the Barbarian 112 figure. Looks really nice. We're gonna look at it today. I'm gonna cover some of the stuff of Mondo. Last week I was supposed to cover a creature from the Black Lagoon. For some reason I skipped it. I did not get the chance to talk about it. It's already, the period is already out, but I want to cover it at least on retrospective, going back and looking at the stuff there. I want to talk about Mondo. Also, well, I already said Mondo, but I'm going to talk about Batman, the Batman Beyond. There's a regular version that was released this week. Last year we got an exclusive version with extra parts, but now it's a regular, and that's something that Mondo's been doing. So we're going to look at Mondo today and the stuff that they have on sale. We're going to look at Exo 6. They have a new Star Trek Strange New Worlds figure. We're going to look at it today. We're going to look at Blitzway. They released today Back to the Future 2, the second movie, the DeLorean. And it's kind of cool. A lot of people excited for that one, 1/6 scale. We're going to look at it today. On the Statue War, I want to cover Iron Studios. Iron Studios has a lot of stuff that was released, has been released this week. And they have a lot of different exclusive stuff that they did not have before. But it was exclusive to some events in the events that they do in Brazil. So now they're available through other different retailers. There's some stuff from Big Bad Toy Store, some stuff at Sideshow. We're gonna look at this stuff that they're releasing this week, which is great. Also, I want to cover McFarlane Toys, the DC Direct line. They have some stuff that was released today, this week, I'm sorry. And also, we're going to look at the Marvel stuff. There's a Venom 1/6 scale statue. Looks really nice. That collection is growing pretty fast. We're going to look at it today. We're going to look at Gecco Corporation, this Japanese company. There is a 1/6 recolor version of a gut statue that they released back in 2016. Looks really neat. Very paint application this time around. Of course, it's been so long since the original came out. I think today we're going to look at a lot of re-releases. We're going to look at that today. Also, I want to look at a new statue from Dark Horse, the Rise of the Ronin. We're going to look at Dark Horse Direct. We're going to look at Tsume. You're My Hero Academia fan. They have a new 1/6 scale statue. We're going to look at Prime One Studio. Also has a 1/6 scale statue for Black Clover. We're going to look at it today. Tweeterhead, of course, is probably one of the highlights today for me. If you're a Master of the Universe fan, they have releasing a new maquette, 1/5 scale. That's the scale that they have for this, for Man-at-Arms, which looks amazing. We're going to look at it today. We're going to look at the stuff released this week from Sideshow. They have a Witch of the Woods premium format figure, part of their own line. We're going to look at it. I think the one that a lot of people were excited, and it sold out in a matter of minutes, the Retro Hulk. This is the most anticipated version that, you know, last year we got the green version, all these versions, they showcased this one, but they have only 100 pieces for this retro version, highly coveted, and he sold out in a matter of minutes. The pre-orders went crazy. So we're gonna look at it today, and we're gonna look at J&D Studios. If you are a fan of Exhuma, I think that is the name of this film that they produce, horror film, in South Korean film. Right now, South Korea is producing a lot of very eclectic films, very highly decorated, getting a lot of awards because of the type of filmmaking that they're doing right now in South Korea. So they have a new 1/3 scale statue of this film. We're gonna look at it today. It looks amazing, of course, detail. And finally, we're gonna look at EFX Collectibles. This prop replica company produce a Vader helmet, which looks amazing. They normally produce a lot of Star Wars stuff. We're gonna look at EFX. So as you can see, we do have a very interesting day ahead of us. So I want to welcome everyone again. Please, again, don't forget to leave a like. And as usual, I always do after this video is over, I will add normally the next day, which is tomorrow. You'll have timestamps in this video. So that way, if in the future you decide to come back for this, or you don't get the opportunity to watch the entirety of the video because X or Y reason, you can always go back and look at the, go through the timestamps that you're only interested in a couple of things. You can actually skip the things that you don't care about, which I totally understand. I care a lot about a lot of things. I cover a lot of things, and necessarily I know not everyone feels the same way. So I try to maximize the time, but also make it available, easier, digestible for you, even though these videos can get long. But by doing so, by adding the timestamps, it really helps a lot of people. And then you can concentrate on those things that you care about, and of course maximize your time and be efficient with the time, of course. So my friends, I want to say thank you very much for being here with me. All right, so we're gonna go, and I'm here, of course, we're gonna look at the stuff that is here. And first, let's start first, of course, with the action figures, and we're gonna go to Big Bad Toy Store. And let me know how the audio is. It's hard sometimes for me to kind of determine it. To determine if it's good or bad. Okay, I think that's good right there. All right, so we're here at Big Bad Toy Store. And as you can see, the first thing that is showing up right there is this Godzilla, King of the Monsters, King Ghidorah. We're gonna look at it today. Now, this company right here, and as you can see, this is a previous exclusive. And as you can see, always Godzilla, very popular. A lot of people love the stuff from Godzilla. There's always big fan base out there looking for this stuff. There's a lot of companies producing figures, S&H Figure Arts, you know, you name it. There's companies producing. There's always going to be a market for Godzilla stuff. But this is the one I want to talk about. This one, this company right here, Hiya Toys. These are not big figures. Normally, these are in the 6-7 inches or so. But the King Ghidorah, of course, is a larger figure. And as you can see with Hiya Toys, they produce a few from the Godzilla film. This is the Heat Ray Godzilla. These are all previous exclusive. Available here, of course, now. The new Empire Godzilla. Godzilla's vs. Kong Exquisite Basic Heat Ray Godzilla PX. You got the Godzilla against Mecha Godzilla. You also have a Mega Godzilla. And you can see the price is $56, $66. You also got the Godzilla, the new Empire Kong. I watched this film, really enjoyed it. $56.99, but when you look at the scales, it's what, 6.2 inches tall, so it's not really a huge figure. But that tells you an idea of the type of figures that they produce. It comes with interchangeable parts, which is great, very poseable. I follow a guy on social media, I think on Instagram, that he does a lot of photography, talk photography, and he does a lot of Godzilla stuff and King Kong stuff with these figures, which is amazing. I'm telling you, you can do so many things. It's not super expensive, and you can come up with some really nice poses and do some really nice photography without really killing the bank. Sometimes it's just, you know, I'm always amazed about the people out there, fans who do amazing work, and there's no denying that Hiya Toys has been doing really amazing with these figures, creating these collections. The Ghidorah 1991 film. So there's a lot of different versions, some available here, some are on pre-order. But we're gonna look at this one right here, because this one, Godzilla King of the Monsters, King Ghidorah, this is a 2.0 version. Last year I saw the review. People were happy with the one that came out last year. Very nice. I think this is gonna have some retouches. There's gonna be some repaint or some recolor, some improvements to. There were some complaints, particularly on the way to attach the tails. People were complaining about that. It was a little hard to do without having to heat up or warm the, you know, soften the plastic. But it's gonna be 13.5 inches tall. That is pretty tall in comparison to the other 6 summits. Of course, King Ghidorah is bigger than Godzilla. It's made of ABS and PVC, based on the Godzilla King of the Monsters film. And here you can see in the box you get the King Ghidorah figure, 3 gravity beam effect parts, and 3 stands. It's gonna have a 22 inches wingspan. That is the reason why, of course, the price point right there. But when you look at this one, it's pretty large. So you're talking about a pretty large figure, and I'm sure people are gonna be excited. Again, I saw the review of the previous version that came out, and it's very nice figure, a very nice figure. So I think price-wise, I think it's fair when you compare it to other things that they're producing. Normally the $60, I think this is gonna be probably a crown of the collection in some way. It's such an amazing figure. It's poseable. Of course, there's some limitations on the pose because, of course, of the type of figure it is, because of the wings, because of that. But I think for the most part, it's going to be such an amazing looking, this, you know, if you are building at this display, Godzilla, and you can see, you can still pose it and do certain things. It's a very flexible. I like how they did the flexible part of the, of course, of the long necks. It's, you know, you can see the articulation. They're not trying to hide it. They're action figures, but they are well covered in a way that is not necessarily intrusive or affects the, you know, visually the piece. Of course, you know, you can go for a statue and that's about it. But with an action figure, you can do a lot of things. There's, in my opinion, there's always a market for these things. It's 35 centimeters tall, pretty tall, 14 inches tall. That is all the way to the tip of the wing. And of course, you know, the wingspan is going to be 22 inches. So it's a pretty nice figure overall. I think 225 is not bad. If you go, let's say, to YouTube, I will give you an idea. Maybe we can see it. Get Hiya Toys King Ghidorah. I don't know why it's showing breastfeeding in there. I don't know. All right, so here you can see this is the Ghidorah. This is the figure right there. It was $109. Of course, it has gone up 20 bucks. And they're showing me a commercial right now. But here, as you can see, this guy is trying to attach those, which they have to heat up. But look at the span of this figure. I know you can see it there. Pretty nice figure overall. This is the first version, the 1.0. Now the 2.0 is going to have a few improvements. But there's so much you can do with this figure. I think price-wise, it's perfect. $109 is perfect. Now it's going to be $125. So you pay a little. It went up a little more. Of course, you know, we're going into this time and age of everything is more expensive. But looking at this figure, I'm definitely impressed. And there's a good amount of reviews out there, you can see. And this guy, he does, again, the photography, and it's pretty neat what you can do with this figure. So definitely looking at it, it's a very interesting figure. Honestly, I think that they're killing it. And it's nice to see what they're trying to do here with this collection overall. So yeah, it's just to give you an idea of what they can do. They're doing with this. Again, King Ghidorah 2.0 PX previous exclusive action figure, $125. Technically, it's only went up like $16 more. I think it's a great opportunity to grab this one. It's probably the crown and jewel of the collection so far, what they have produced. Hiya Toys. So I would say congratulations to Hiya Toys for doing such an amazing thing. Now there's another piece that I want to cover today here, and moving on from Hiya Toys, and I want to cover a lot of stuff here. Let's see if we can find it. A lot of stuff here, a lot of cool. I might not hear here, but if not, we're gonna go to the website to get the exclusive part on the website. There's a lot of cool things that have been announced recently. And of course, you know, we don't have it. So it's gonna look at Conan. Here you can see Conan the Barbarian. This is by Frazetta Girl. This is the Icon Collectibles, which Icon Collectibles is their own line. It's the toy company of the collectible company of Frazetta Girls. And Frazetta Girls, of course, this is the company of Frazetta. You know, the artist that now, of course, late Frazetta, one of the most iconic artists of all time. I think an inspiration for so many artists, you know, sculptors, for a lot of creators, for comic book creators. Frank Frazetta is definitely an icon. And of course, this company kind of produces Icon Collectibles, is that company that produces toys based on the art that he created. And of course, we have talked about here, we have a Tigra. That was the first figure they produced. But they also got the Dark Wolf. They have a Vampirella recently. All this are already available. They have a Norseman. And now, of course, finally, they got Conan the Barbarian. And this looks really, really neat. $89.99, $90 here. You can also go to, and we're going to go there, to Frazetta Girls website. You can order directly from the Frank Frazetta web store right here. Here you can see the 1/12 scale action figure. Here you can find anything Frank Frazetta, you know, art books, you know, the action figures now that they're producing. All of this is here. T-shirt, art prints, you know, memorabilia, all kind of things can be found here. But this is, of course, the pre-order here is $70. So of course, it's less. You have to pay for the shipping, something that probably is going to be a lot more expensive here. But you can order directly through the Frank Frazetta store. Or you can go, of course, and do it through Big Bad Toy Store. Now, when we look at this one here, very nice, you know, figure. It comes with so many different extras. I like this figure. Again, it's 1/12, so it's going to be within the same scale of what we've seen produced by Mezco Toys. And it looks really neat. And I love the style. It really, like the portrait, the artist here, I'm not sure that there is an idea who actually was involved in the production here. You can see it has 32 inches of articulation. You got a lot of different accessories. It's going to be approximately 17 centimeters, 6.69 inches tall, 112, but it's almost 7 inches tall. Here you can buy up to 6 per customer, so they definitely want to sell it. Here you can see the people involved. They got designed by Eamon O'Donoghue and it's sculpted by Aaron Doyle. So I would say that they did a really nice job with this this figure. It looks really amazing. I think even the paint, I don't know who painted, but they did a nice job. It has different parts where you can actually interchange the interchangeable portrait, the sword, the axe, different axes. You know, you got the knife, the sheath of the knife and the sheath of the sword and the different hands, another gauntlet. So it comes with so many different things that you can do. And look at these pictures, very nice pictures. It gives you an idea what you can do with it. And that's another picture, of course, representing art prints and arts done by Frank Frazetta. Very nice figure. Very, very nice. I think for the price, what they're doing here, very, very nice. It's very well done. Again, you can come to Big Bad Toy Store and get it. Same thing. Now, I was looking at some of the Facebook Frazetta girls. And I was looking at the website here, of course, of Frank Frazetta's on Facebook page. I'm sorry, and Frank's such a star. And here are some other pictures that they're not showcased anywhere else but here. And very nice. You can do so many really very nice things with this figure. This is the Norseman. Very cool. So if you decide to actually come up with some type of battle diorama, you can come and purchase directly from them. Very nice. This is another picture that I like. This is from DJ Toys Conan the Barbarian. This is the Asian market exclusive version. I'm not sure exactly what is the version, the difference between the Asian market. It still looks good. It does have the same things. Nothing is different. I think it's just the packaging is going to be different for the Asian market. But as you can see, the same hands, the same gauntlet, the same weapons, nothing changes. The difference, of course, is they use different pictures here. Very nice pictures. So, very cool. If you're in Asia, you can go to DJ Toys. I'm not sure. Super limited and exclusive to the Asian market. The DJ Toys exclusive Conan the Barbarian, a 1/12 scale action figure from Micah Collectibles, offers a rare collector's edition of the legendary warrior. This official release features an alternate helmet. Although... Oh, I didn't see that. Let's see that. Is the helmet any different? It appears to be the same. Oh no, I see why. The helmet, it's a bit different. Yeah, the horns are different. These are more like bull horns. Like you can see how they are. And when you look at the American version or the Westerner version, they're a little more open horns. So, and it appears that when you look at the portrait, you can see how open they are. And the other horns are more close. So the Asian market has definitely a very different helmet. Honestly, no big difference unless you're really paying attention. I do like both. So I'm sure somebody's gonna want to have both. It's kind of neat and actually smart to have different versions for that purpose alone, just so you can you know, sell it that way. You know, if you want to get somebody to you know, some stuff here. I was looking at that. Sorry. So, you know, at least there's two different variants just because of the helmets. But that's about it. It's a very nice figure. I think they have done a really nice job overall with this one. And I don't know. Hopefully they continue to produce more figures. I think Frazetta is extremely popular, of course, always been. And I think that the company's been doing an amazing job in trying to get everything. sorted out there. So yeah, kudos to the company for doing an amazing figure. If you're interested, you can go to Big Bad Toy Store. You can go to also to the Asian market. That will be, I'm not sure where it says right there, Digitoys. You can go there too. I don't know exactly where do they cover, where actually Digitoys is located, but that'd be neat. And here you can see the other pictures. You can see the helmet is different, the horns are different. Very cool, very cool figure, no doubt about it. Very, very nice. All right, my friends, so we're moving in, and I am going now to Mondo shop. And the reason we come to Mondo, it's because I want to look at a couple things. But before we get into it, I want to look at this figures. I'm not necessarily a fan of what Mondo's doing right now with this soft vinyl figures, like this huge, tremendous. I don't know if it's something that will stay. They seem to be popular. I like what they did with the soft vinyl Juggernaut. I think that was very neat. They had a couple versions, but now they actually pushing this. And it's fine. I know that there is maybe a market for everything, and necessarily like I think that this is gonna be a permanent thing. It feels like more like a new, very different, very cool, stylized type of thing for some people. Maybe for the younger market that like this big vinyl figures that look like huge toys in some way. It's toys, but they, you know, I don't know. I just don't. I don't necessarily mean that I feel that they're gonna be permanent. I don't know. Sometimes there's an appeal for certain things. Like I seen, for example, people have certain appeal for, I don't know, like so many things out there they skip my mind. Like the Cutie One from Prime One Studio. I don't see the appeal, but some people seem to like it. The stuff like the pop stuff or whatever. You know, there's so many things out there. I don't know that I definitely don't know why. They're trends that come and go. And I think this is the one. Right now, look at this Super Shredder. If you're into this kind of thing, you know, more power to you. It's not necessarily something that I definitely like. This one does have like AC Mixed Media with that cape. It is soft vinyl piece. $150. I'm not sure if it's huge. And I'm sure, but I don't know. I'd rather have like a Shredder figure of 1/6. Maybe they do 1/6 figures here at some point. Like I necessarily I see that with the turtles themselves. Not necessarily my thing, but yeah, you know, not throwing shade on it. They just look like oversized toys, you know, in my opinion. And I'm sure that there's always a market for it. And when you look at what they have done, particularly with this line, look, they have done and it seems that they've been doing, like they have some the Ray Fillet sub vinyl figure, this Bastard Stuckman also on pre-order. They've been doing this sub vinyl figures of the Strict Sharks, which actually this looks like the big toy now in large, and actually kind of cool. But you know, we saw the ones that Mattel produced. I would say just go for those instead of these big ones. But of course, you know, it's a matter of, you know, preference. You know, you may like that. I don't necessarily mean that I like it. Even this here right here, like this Raphael sub vinyl figure. It's kind of cool. It's like a modernized version though. It would be nice if there were like actual figures. Like that would be great. Even the packaging comes like that. Interesting. I do have the Playmates figures. I have like those original, like the remade figures, and I have those for, you know, I collect them. It's still in the card back. It's kind of cool. I'm not gonna say that it's not. It's just not necessarily my thing. You know, I'm sure for some people it is. You know, everyone is different. Some people will see this as something very unique and different. And no hate on that. I think everyone is entitled to have an opinion. But yeah, you can see how Raphael looks like. Kind of cool, to be honest. I know now it's growing on me now just looking at it, Raphael. But I would love for this to be smaller than just being this huge oversized figures. That's my opinion. You know, like real estate is always at a premium, and I like to have statues and collectibles, and adding these huge figures, these huge toys. When you don't have enough space, that's the reason I stick to my NECA stuff, you know, and I have the Playmate stuff just for, you know, for retro purposes. But yeah, there's always a market for everything, and as you can see, they already produce Leonardo, Donatello, and Michelangelo. They're gonna continue on till the kingdom come. Of course, you know, look at this, Gecko's, you know, Mondo Gecko right there. Yeah, you know, at least they're doing something. And, you know, I'd rather go with the stuff they produce. You know, the werewolf was okay. Like, I like the werewolf thing. Those are unique things. They got the Demogorgon, also stuff vinyl, Godzilla versus Kong. They've been doing that. So, you know, they've been killing it. They've been killing it. But, you know, to be honest with you, sometimes with Mondo, it's hard to determine if they can, you know, they've been keeping some collections, which is amazing. You know, far cry from the stuff that they used to do back in the day when, for example, they have the, if you remember the stuff that was produced back in the day, those figures that they only have the 4 turtles and they never did anything else after the fact, you know, like for example, let me see if I can show you. I know it shows up sometimes here. Like when they did the Mondo exclusive, this is Donatello 1/6 scale figures that they produced long ago and they never finished in, like, all they did was the 4 turtles and they never continued anything. That was when they were starting to go into the 1/6 scale route. That's perhaps the first 1/6 figures that they ever produced, and they only produce, of course, the turtles based on the original art, which are amazing, by the way. They're amazing figures. But that was it, you know, and they didn't produce anything else. And, you know, there was no Shredder, no Splinter, nothing else. So, you know, lately, of course, Mondo, of course, now is in the hands of you know, they were bought and they're in the hands of, you know, a company that is actually really pushing towards the future. Would that be what we're gonna see in the future? I don't know. It's just a matter of time. We'll know for sure. All right, so, you know, right here at Mondo, I'm gonna look at something else that we did not get the opportunity to talk about, unfortunately, is Creature of the Black Lagoon. Now, Creature of the Black Lagoon, from the Black Lagoon, this classic iconic film, they have produced 1/6 scale figures in the past. It's not something new. They have done a lot of figures, a little bit of the vinyl type of figures that they produce. Of course, they have produced art prints, all of that. You know, they've been doing so much stuff over the years. You know, it's a, you know, they do amazing. One thing about Mondo, they do amazing posters, highly collectible. People love what they do. But they just released the first 1/6 scale figure. Now, of course, they did the scale, the 1/6 before, but this is the collectible figure with a lot of things. The time edition, as they call it. Not just the, this one has more extras than they did with the previous versions they have. So, when you look at it, of course, I want to talk about it last week, and for some reason I skipped it. I forgot completely about it while I was doing the video, and then I realized it after the fact. So I'm going to cover it today. If you got the chance to pre-order this, kudos on you. I'm sure at some point they're going to release just the regular version, as they always do. Mondo's been doing that lately. They release exclusive time editions, and they come back with a, a regular edition with less stuff. But that's how they've been doing. They keep with their business that way. I think it's a smart way to do it. The $275 for this one, because technically it says that it's 2 in 1, but you get 2 for the price of 1, but technically you can only display one way. So it's actually in honor of the original film, the 1954 film, and then there was the 1955 film, which was the follow-up to it, and so they have the 2 different versions. So here you can see it's actually 2 figures in one. It says, our ultimate version of the Gilman comes complete with a swappable Revenge of the Creature, which is the second film, the following year, 1955. So you'll see that there's 2 variants there. Now, the artists involved here, we see Beto Matali, Darrell Raimundo, Hector Arce, Jordan Christensen, Mark Bristow, Peter Santamaria, and Steven Serragioli. And when we look at the figure itself, very nice. I think this is better than the previous versions. I think it comes with a nice base. with the detail there. There's even a snake in the background, so it's definitely in the marsh. The paint job in this figure looks better than before. And here's the swappable part. This is from the second film, the revenge of the creature. And here you can see it comes with the chain, the base. You know, it comes with a lot of different accessories, different portraits. Very nice detail. Of course, this is for the fans of the films, for the fans of this black cinema, horror cinema, which there are plenty out there. And they tried to replicate in some way also the model kits that they were model kits back in the 70s. And when you look at these figures, you have to come to think also that many of the artists of today that we know, a lot of the artists that a lot of sculptors that we know are very popular sculptors and that work for Sideshow Collectibles from some of the big companies, whether toy companies, also Sideshow companies. They started in the kit garage era. They started producing stuff like this, you know, monsters that were created that they, you know, you get kits that you have to paint yourself, that you have to do. So this is definitely that era. They technically started in the 70s and the 80s, and there was a lot of these model kits and a lot of model makers that, you know, these children became, of course, now adults, are at my age, older than I too, that now they are, you know, producing statues, you know, and action figures with this level of articulation, which is amazing in my opinion. It's a pretty hefty figure, pretty tall. As you can see, 13 inches tall, pretty hefty for a 1/6 scale. Pretty tall. Very nice detail. I like how they did this picture here with the water. They submerged in water to come up with these beautiful pictures. And of course, they did all the background very nice. I don't know if it was Photoshop or so. It looks really neat. I think I skipped one. So you can do all sort of things. So definitely this is gonna fit for the horror fan, the ones that like the old classic films of that era, the 50s, 60s, and 70s, the horror films of that era, which cost and stare forever. Yeah, because when you look at Creature from the Black Lagoon, the 1954 film, look at this. There's a lot of information, a lot of fans out there of this film. You know, this film's created like hysteria, I would say, in the sense that people love this type of thing. We've always been kind of immersed in this of horror stuff. For some reason, we like to be scared. And I like that they chose for this base. Normally, I'm not crazy about a lot of the bases they produce by Mondo, but I think this is great. Here, the harpoon gun, very nice. There's really nice detail there. That is a scary one. I like that pose. And with interchangeable, of course, portraits, and you can definitely go for the second film. I don't know which one you were a fan. I think it's always good to have all this. Some people would say that they'd rather have one figure for one film and one film, you know, for the other. So eventually, more than likely, they will all do it. I would not be surprised if they release that as a second batch, as a regular version, separate versions. They did that with He-Man. They did different versions. And on the time edition of Super He-Man, then they came up with those different versions, the separate versions. You can go that route too. So it's kind of cool. Very nice paint job. Articulation feels nice. Definitely you're going to do like that. That hand looks terrific. And that turtle right there for display. There's 90 pictures here. A lot of detail. And I'm going as fast as I can so I can show you. I'll stop if I find something cool. Again, that base looks very neat. And even the display for the harpoon is nice. So I like that it comes with its own stand. Very neat. And the same with the extra part. This would be nice if they do it with everything. Because, like, for example, my Skeletor and my He-Man came with so many parts. But where to put him? You know, there's no way to put him anywhere. Here you can see you can change that. You can change the head, or you can change also the chest. But that was the thing to me. Like, it's hard, you know, like, you know, with all the different parts that comes, you have to put them in a bag or something and put them away. So you don't get the opportunity to change parts often unless they're there. So having stands always helps because, you know, it's just in the heat of the moment, you say, hey, I want to just change the display. You can change it instead of just going through tons of boxes or whatever trying to find the words that you put it. That's what happens with a lot of my 1/6 scale figures, even hot toy figures. All the extra parts that come with, I put it into baggies or whatever, put it in, like, I don't know, I grab like a bin and I cover in the bin, and they're in bins and I don't even know where they are. So to change it, I don't change stuff because it's hard to grab it. You don't want to have stuff laying around all over the place. So yeah, it's kind of cool that they did with this one. It has a little stand so you can grab stuff and you can change things on the fly, which is great. I think that's a very, very smart idea. So I would say this is a great, great figure. Definitely. If you got the opportunity to pre-order it, the last day to pre-order was Friday, unfortunately. But if you got the opportunity, man, kudos on that. Very, very, very nice figure. Now, the next Mondo figure that I want to cover right now is Batman Beyond. Now, there was an exclusive version of this, Terry McGinnis, that was already time edition, of course. Now they come up with the regular version, $210. The people involved, you got Alex Brewer, Danny Haas, Joey Allard, and Mara Ancheta. This is a very nice figure, and it doesn't really miss much. Couple of things that, of course, come with the time edition, but for the most part, you get in almost the same thing, minus a couple extra hits and and extra batarangs and extra parts. But you get the same number of hands, the same batarangs. The only difference is that you get 2 red batarangs instead of 1 here, but they're the same batarang, same number. You get the baby egg there. An extra portrait, although there were, I think, 3 more portraits, and you get another set of wings. Now, those wings are the same, so you get 2 sets of wings. That's about it, but they're the same wings. I suppose interchangeable if you want to change it for some reason or another. Very nice figure, 12 inches tall. As you can see, the other one's 1 inch taller, the creature of the Black Lagoon, but very nice. So if you miss your opportunity with the exclusive edition, you can finally get this one. And still, you're going to be fine. I think it has every part that's necessary. It's a very nice figure with all the necessary detail. That is kind of cool that he has that he came with that accessory too. But when you look, for example, just to give you an idea of what's missing, just a visual reference, Batman Beyond. Here you have the exclusive version. $225, so just going back to the price, it's $15 difference. But this one, of course, last year, same figure. You can do the same thing with the wings with both. As you can see right here, the wings are the same. You get 2 sets of wings, but they're the same wings. Although this one seemed a little bit wider, but actually they're the same. I don't think there's any difference because I already checked. And I was looking, the details pretty much is the same. But on the exclusive version, as you can see, you get 3 extra portraits. You get the unmasked portrait, which is actually very nice. You get the smiley portrait, besides the one that is wearing, which is a neutral one. And then you get a little more serious one, which is the one you get on the regular. So this is exclusive, and then the damage one, battle damage, that is an exclusive one. And also you get the cowl that you can actually carry in your hand when you're unmasking. You can have that. Again, you get the same hands. You get the egg, and then you get this gun with the rays, and also you get this effects for the power effect for the jet boosters in the boots. That's something that comes with it. So yeah, I would say the exclusive one is the better version because it has everything. But if you miss your chance, you still can redeem yourself by just going for the regular one. And again, that is a nice portrait, and you can hold it in your hand. As you can see, he's holding that mask. What's up, Sonic Flash? Flash, how you doing, my friend? Doing good. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, my friend. Thanks always for the support. You've always been, throughout the years, you've always been here, so I appreciate it, Sonic. You've always been a good friend, and I appreciate your friendship and also your support of the channel. Thank you. So shout out to you. Hope you're doing okay, my friend. So here you can see, so you can come up with a lot of different things. This is the battle damage portrait. Very cool. And the death effects are nice. So it's very cool. So definitely it's a nice figure for sure that you can do so many things with. And you can display in different ways, which at the end, I think this is the most complete version. and the better version because of it. But make no mistake, you can still go for the regular version, and still I think you will be well served. Still, you will be served, you know, and you know it has enough to have a nice display. Thank you, Sonny. You too. You're a good friend. You're a good friend. Appreciate your support. So, oh, that's good. You're doing great. Nice. I hope you and the family are doing fantastic. That 2025 brings a lot of joy and a lot of fun in your collection room too. I think there's a lot of great things happening this year. A lot of companies are producing amazing stuff. Of course, prices are crazy right now, and there's a little bit of fear of what's going to happen in the markets. But I think we'll overcome that, as we always do every year. You know, governments come and go, good ones and bad ones, but ultimately, you know, we keep doing what we're doing, and you know, companies keep doing what they need to do, and you know, they never miss a beat, and I think there's always something good for everyone. So we're moving on, and definitely I would recommend this one. Fantastic piece. Now I want to go now to Exo 6. Continue with the action figures. Another action figure that I want to cover today. And of course, there's a couple of things that they're doing right now. And as you can see, on the pre-order side, there's a lot of things that Exo 6 has been doing. A lot of action figures. I haven't really have the opportunity to cover a lot of things, but as you can see right here, just going by the pre-orders alone, since the last time I have the opportunity to talk to Exo 6, you know, there's a lot of things from all the different. Now, one thing I love about Exo 6 is, as a company, that they have something for every generation of Star Trek. The owner of the company has been so faithful in trying to recreate and bring these figures, and these figures are amazing. Of course, they do have amazing. He definitely puts a lot of quality in manufacturing these figures, and they look amazing. The portraits look amazing. No hair, everything is more plastic, but they do an amazing job in recreating this high quality stuff. Here you can see Dr. Beverly Crusher. This is the essential version. There's two versions. And you know, prices are fair for this one, as you can see. Very nice. You got the essential version, which has more accessories, and then you have the standard version. So there's two versions. You know, they're not necessarily exclusive, because you can go also to other places and buy the other version. They're not exclusive here, but you have also a Mr. Spock, one of the Mr. Spock versions here. Final. This is the limited production. You get Captain Sulu. You get the Enterprise Dr. Captain's chair. You get the Wesley Crusher. Very nice. So every generation you can think of. General Chang. Very cool. You got Lieutenant Valerius. Then you got Bradward Boimler. And the most recent one right now is Beckett Mariner. And this is from Strange New Worlds. And I'll tell you this piece, in my opinion, looks great. I will always recommend to come and pre-order directly from Exo 6. You'll get it first than anyone, and I think they really do an amazing job in delivering the pieces. But if I'm coming to Sideshow, I like how the pictures are there. We're gonna go to Sideshow right now. And here at Sideshow, we're gonna look at Ensign Beckett Mariner. This is $225. Of course, look at the pictures of this figure. I love the portrait. The way they did the hair. It looks so natural. It looks like a real person. When looking at it, it looks like a real person. They did a really nice job in portraying. And even her body is definitely close to the actress. Very nice detail. Very nice with the hands. Very nice. The portrait is nice. And I will say you, this company has been doing amazing portraits. They look really fantastic. Now you know it's an action figure because you can see the hand articulation there. But other than that, it's such a realistic look. And another great thing about the Exo 6 is that, you know, some of the problems that I normally have with Hot Toys, is that a lot of times the figures are all the same size and height, which it's not true. Some actors are taller than others. And even on the movies, like you can see Captain America and you see Black Widow. Black Widow Hot Toys is almost as tall as Captain America. It's always the same, but it's because they use the same body molds to produce everything. You have a body mold for women and a body mold for men, so they kind of retouch and re-put, and they add sometimes some things to make it more muscular on the suit, so it's more like a muscular suit. So they do certain things in order to make it bigger, but height is something that sometimes they struggle with, and they've been doing better, but they struggle with height. And I love that Ace of Six keeps the height as a priority on the figures, so you can see the difference in scale. Look at this one, for example. They're standing right there. She's a lot shorter than the other figure, and that is the way you're supposed to do figures, in my opinion. I hate it when they're almost as tall as each other, when that in the TV show and the movies they're not. Very nice figure. Very nice detail. Again, I would recommend Exo6. Again, you can order directly from Exo6 website, or you can come here straight to Sideshow and you can look at this stuff. A lot of stuff's also on the wait list here. Look at this one, for example. Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy. This is a very nice one too. Look at that. Very nice detail. So, you can have fun with this company. I think what they're doing and building these collections for the hardcore Star Trek fan from all the generations. There's something that Exo6 is producing. Something that they are doing. Their chairs, all the different figures. Commander T-Paul, very nice figure too. We talked about it in the channel some time ago. Look at all the figures that they have done so far. And they continue on, man. They continue. Some stuff sold out. 709. I still have mine. I love mine. But that gives you an idea. If you come to their website, you might also find them here. You can go to other what they have in stock, for example. It's already sold out somewhere else here, but they have it here. So you can go Dr. Leonard McCoy. You can find it here. You got Commander T-Paul. They have it available here. It's already sold out on waitlist and Sideshow, but you can come here and still get some. So I would say, hey, you want to do it, you better act fast, because as you can see, they're selling and they sell quick in other places. I think sometimes people don't even realize that Exo6 has its own website, but yeah, this is another place where you can get the figures. And look at this Lieutenant Spock. Very nice company. Captain Liam Shaw. They have a lot of things available here, which is amazing. This company does amazing. So kudos to Exo6 for doing another amazing figure. All right, so we're moving on now, and I want to take you to the next company. And this, actually, you can find, which is Blitzway. You can find in other places. Like, you can come to Big Bad Toy Store, and here you can see the DeLorean. $1,000 for the DeLorean 1/6, a highly anticipated DeLorean, which is superior, I think, to the one, in my opinion, that Sideshow. When it comes about vehicles, I think Blitzway does better than, of course, we talk about the companies that they can have the opportunity to do it. There are companies now producing 1/6 scale vehicles that they do amazing. But I think when we come to think about companies established, I would say Blitzway is doing amazing work for a long time. But here it is. It's already on pre-order. There's a promotion for this. The limited edition, and you come to the website. I don't know if you can see it here. You here with Blitzway, you can pre-order for pay $100. And here the pictures. If you pre-order during the certain before April 19, the special gift, you're gonna get a hoverboard. You're also gonna get a titanium license plate and an out of time license plate. I think these are regular size. I'm not sure. It might be just small sizes. Not sure. Or it might be just actually real sizes. It's a gift. Trying to look at the scale dimensions there. That is cool in my opinion. But here you go. What you're gonna get past that time, I think you'd order directly from the website, you'll get those gifts. But if you come here again to the let me close that, to the website. Very nice. Of course, I just recently got the Tsume. I released the Tsume 110 scale, and I will review whenever I get a chance. Once I settle everything here in the house, it's one of the things that I definitely need to review. It's still in the box. I need to unbox it. I want to review it, showcase it. 110 for 110 fans, fantastic. You know, it's gonna go with my NECA figures that I have, but you know, and I had a 118 scale, a classic Sunstar that came out many years ago. Was that figure was that diecast model was the standard for a long time. Now 1/6 scale, definitely Blitzway is killing it with this figure. With this, it looks really neat. It's movie accurate. Of course, some people are gonna point out here differences here and there. It's always gonna be the case. But and yeah, you can see, of course, some things might not be the same. Maybe with the tires, maybe some symbols are missing with the tires, things like. I don't think on the second film there was. I think the Goodyear tire thing. They of course the lettering wasn't there, but it's very cool. And of course, he has the effect of the tires when it elevates in air, which is, I think, is gonna be cool with the LiDAR feature. I'm really looking forward to open the Tsume one and really compare it and look at it. But this one, very nice. I like the cable has a different color, something that the Tsume did not have. This is the way you do it. Of course, bigger the scale, the easier it gets to manufacture certain things. So I think that's the reason why you can get to see those cable color. And it's amazing to think that we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future, of course, their first film. I'm 46 years old. So when the first film came out, I was what, 6. It's definitely bizarre to think that, you know, like I thought of the film came out way after that. It's amazing to me to think that it's been that long. That I was 6 years old when the film came out, and it was a sensation. And of course, then Back to the Future, the second one, I think makes me feel old. But I don't know if it's celebrating the 40th now or it's gonna be next year. You know, to be honest with you, let me go back, because now I gotta think, because it makes me feel really old. Back to the Future is 1985. So it's this. It's 40th anniversary. How can it be 40th anniversary then? Well, now they get me all confused. Next year is gonna be the 40th then. Maybe it's gonna be released when it's the 40th. Because it was 1985. I was born in 1978. So that means when the film came out, I was around 7 years old or so. So I don't know. It's weird that they announcing it that way. And I don't know if Sideshow has it. Let's see. I didn't pay attention to that. I don't think they have it. Would they have it? Maybe. I know Spec Fiction has it. So you can also go to Spec Fiction. You can go to Blitzway, or you can go to Spec Fiction. Here you can see. Same price. You can go through Spec Fiction. Also, you get the bonus there. They're offering that. Big Bad Toy is not offering the bonus, so keep that in mind. But very nice detail again. LiDAR features and everything in the back. I like how they did the effect on the base. It's gonna have that stand. Oh, okay, so the hoverboard, all that stuff, it has a special item. It's a hoverboard. Okay, so that is just something that already comes with the original. With that version, regardless of the bonus gift. So they have one that's smaller in scale. That is very neat that it comes with it. Look at that. It has like a can of, or it's actually beer can. Oh yeah, it's a beer can where they put the stuff in the back. You know, for the power of this. The cane. That's cool. And of course, all the LiDAR features inside and out. Interchangeable tires there, as you know, all the vehicle as customary for DeLoreans to be in the front. Nice light ups. Man, that looks pretty neat. Capacitor right there. That's very nice. It's just, I love this what they're doing here. Of course, price I think is fair when you compare it to what other companies are doing. Of course, when they produce certain other things, it's clear that you know they're doing an amazing job for sure. Let me see something else. Hold on. You know, this is, sorry for the distraction a little bit. I have to respond to something. But in any case, you know, when you come with the other company that probably can do better than this will be Jazzing Dioramas. Jazzing would be perhaps the company that would improve in the Back to the Future vehicle because Jazzing goes crazy. Does everything, you know, to the scale and proper die-cast model. Of course, this is going to be a lot of plastic elements. It's not going to be fully die-cast. It's not the purpose. They haven't really produced anything fully die-cast. If not, it will be a lot more expensive. But when you look at, for example, Jazz Sync, when you look at Jazz Sync dioramas, of course, right now they're doing the Batmobiles and all that stuff. Those vehicles are amazing, but you're looking at products that are costing you, and I'm sure at some point it will have it, but right now they're working on this. Once it's coming on the animated series, the Batmobile Black, it's $1,500. So it's a lot more expensive. You're adding more money to those. Look at the different, their own pre-order now. You know, Jazz Sync has been doing really amazing vehicles over time. Some of them they add up in price. Fully die-cast, probably the best. But I would say that what it's Blitzway has also been doing vehicles. Their Ecto 1 that they produce, amazing 1/6 scale replica. So I will tell you, Blitzway, probably the weight is gonna be the thing that you're gonna have to wait a while for it. But in my opinion, if you want the ultimate representation of this iconic vehicle, then Blitzway is the way to go. Better than anything else. I think better than what was that? Let me see something very quick here. You know, because you know we saw the Hot Toys DeLorean, and right now they're going in crazy prices. Of course, you got the Hot Toys DeLorean. We saw this one, and I talked about it before, of course, here on the channel. It was really up there in price, and it's not a, you know, it's not a bad figure. You already have it. You know, you don't need to get another one. But we covered this one. I don't know. I don't remember how much this was when it came out. And I remember when it came out, it's just like right there. The wait list is full for this one. It still looks amazing. No doubt about it. I think it's gonna be one of those things where you're gonna have to, like, for example, they did with this one. Price wise, it was like $800 and some for this one. Still available for the third film, which is not as popular as the second one. So I think price wise, they all kind of comparable. But I think if you have to look at the best one so far, it's gonna be Blitzway. It's gonna be superior in every way. The details, the quality, the stuff that is going to be added. I think Blitzway does amazing job. They have proven it before, and they will continue to prove it. Hot Toys is amazing, but this is definitely the one that you need to go for. So look at all the functions. Here you have automatic door, magnet module. You got the automatic window. I think you can, it's automatic. So that means that you can open it and close it if you like. Wow, I didn't know that. Maybe it's a remote control there. Rear LED lights, rear vents, brake, turn signal. Motorized LED wheels. Wow, that is great. Steerable front wheels, something that you sometimes don't get with others models. Even the Tommy, the 110, doesn't have that because of the space they need to add on to be able to add the figures if you want to add the NECA figures. An undersized slide with magnet module. So, wow. So I will tell you this, you know, they definitely have done a fantastic job with this one. There's no doubt about it. And it's kind of cool to see what they are really doing here. And bear with me, I'm trying to do a couple of things here. All right, so definitely I would say that they're doing amazing work. I think Blitzway is a company that really when it comes about doing those figures and those scale things, I think they always prove that they are capable, and they're proving it now. They're doing an amazing job. All right, my friends, right now it's time to take a break. It's 8 o'clock, 8:07. Thank you so far for being here for this past hour. We talk about action figures. We took some good time talking about action figures. But I'm coming back this coming hour, this following hour. We're going to continue on. We're going to get into the statue world. We still got to talk about Iron Studios. We're going to cover McFarlane toys. We're going to talk about Gecco. Dark Horse, Tsume Art, Prime One Studio, Tweeterhead, Sideshow, J&D, and EFX. So definitely we still got some time to go. But I want to say thank you very much. Don't forget to leave a like, to leave a comment, to subscribe to the channel. You're here for the first time. Please let me know what you're doing. Also, you know, shout out to, so I can give you a shout out too. Thank you for your support. So stick with me for a moment. I'll be right back.
So many people think they know me, but they only know my music. And there's so much opportunity, so hard to make the most of it. When you feel so depressed and your bed whispers just to stay in it, I think I've had enough of it. I know that I'm not gonna win. Surrendering my everything, I'm giving up, I'm giving it. Nobody understands what I'm going through. Can't explain when you don't come from it. I give up, no matter what I do. I'm not here, no. I try so hard to stop. I give in to every single bad temptation, and I just wanna feel like a good person, a good person. When I wake every single morning now, I give up, I give up, I give up, I give up, I give up. Wanna feel like a good person, a good person. When I wake every single morning now, I give up, I give up. I give up. I give up, I give up, I give up. Tongue-tied midnight. You can say all that you want, but you and I were meant for this. You know, sometimes we hide behind this illusion that we're done. Oh, please see that you're wrong in this. I don't fall in love cause I'm here tonight. I don't wanna say it, but it just feels right. I feel the pills just to pass the time. I wanna stay at the back of your mind. Wasting it all for him, don't get me wrong, but I'm done with these games. But I'll hold on to faith. You and I are stuck on this. I can't seem to let it go. It's not too late. Just show little faith this time. this is what you want, if you wanna go, I left to go and let it breathe, but I'll be waiting here, you see. I don't know if everything will be alright. Sometimes you gotta let go, 'cause I gotta let you go.
I just need to know what's on your mind. You can call my name, I'll be alright. I just need to know what's on your mind. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. Dance all night. I got dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. Dance all night. I got dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. Dance all night. I got dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just need to know what's on your mind. You can call my name, I'll be alright. I just need to know what's on your mind. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. Dance all night. I got dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. Dance all night. I got dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. Dance all night. I got dance all night. I just wanna dance all night. I just wanna dance all night.
I never see the lights out. They get me overdrive. Fancy on a fast car. This is how you make me feel. Don't stress me now. I got the overdose. I'm feeling it in my bones. And if you say that I'm lying to you, these habits are killing me. I wish I could fall asleep. The problem is you. I got the overdose. Oh, you are my overdose.
All right, guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for this. I just came back. Just got back from the break. I needed to eat something very quick and drink something and walk around. You know, like sitting down all day is not fun when you got to do it at work, and then you got to come home and then you got to drive and commute and drive and be sitting down. Definitely, my body doesn't take it lightly. You know, I have to really kind of pump myself to do certain things physically. It's important to stay active, and I definitely something that I've been struggling this year with it, and definitely my health has taken the hit of it a little bit. So I'm trying to get back. I'm still I did my blood test just recently. My numbers were not as good as I wanted them to be, so I had to work on it. So something that we definitely need to work on. But there's been a lot of stress, a lot of stuff, you know, everything with the house, with the job, with everything, with life, with the family. So working on it. Yeah, I didn't want to just you know, like depress you with that. It's just the reality of life. You know, once you get to a certain point in life, you know, I'm 46, and it's hard to think about it. Like thinking, like, man, I'm just up there now. I gotta be careful how I do the next season of my life, the other part of my life. You know, whether it's God blesses me with another third of life, I definitely would like to live more than that. I like everyone. I would like to live to 100, but you never know. You never know what life will throw at you. But try to keep healthy. To make better choices. That's about it. All right, my friends. Continue with the list today. Let's continue on. And the next thing, now we're gonna get into the statue world, and I want to go and let's see right here. We're gonna look at Iron Studios. There's a couple of places that I want to cover with Iron Studios right now. I think Iron Studios has been doing really amazing work. So we come into Big Bad Toy Store first. I want to cover Iron Studios is, of course, as a company, they've been doing really amazing work recently with this stuff. If I look, I was wanted to see here if it's available here. May not see it here. Who was there earlier? If not, we'll do it. Let's look at here. I want to talk about some of this. Iron Studios, of course, doing really crazy stuff. Didn't see it there first, but we're gonna look at this first. First, let's look at this, and then I'll go back to Big Bad Toy Store. First thing I want to cover here, it would be, of course, right now Iron Studios has been doing, you know, a lot of crazy things. They're releasing stuff, of course, always at the end of the month, but definitely throughout the month now, they're also releasing some other things through different retailers. And one of them, of course, Sideshow has been carrying some of this stuff. I will look at this, of course. Right now, the video game, highly anticipated, the people are talking about, of course, Assassin's Creed Shadows. And last week, we talked about the big quarter scale statue by Pure Arts. Fantastic, nice. But also, you get the option to get the 110, and there are two different pieces, the two different characters separated. It's not a diorama, but you can build a diorama. You get Yasuke right here, for example. This is $235. I think it's nice, very similar to the Pure Arts, but of course in miniature scale, on a smaller scale. But really well done. Like the base, very nice pose, just like the other. But again, in a miniature scale. So if you don't have the money for the Pure Arts, it's above what you can afford, then definitely Iron Studios will offer that option alternative. Very cute, very well done. Here you can see other pieces. They also have this one, which is $185. Looking at this one right here. Very neat. So you can actually do both side by side. That's a 110. Same design, same concept of the base. Not a bad piece for sure, as you can see. Now, Pure Arts also is offering, you know, again, you can go for the big diorama right here, $1,000, $1,300. That's a lot of money. Or even they also offer Pure Arts like a vinyl style, $119. Which is like PVC style, also very neat. That is also very great from Pure Arts. We didn't have the opportunity to cover them when I was talking about Pure Arts. I should have done that last week. And then Yasuke here. Didn't have the opportunity. So you can also go for them. They're cheaper ones. Very nice, actually. Very nice detail for vinyl. So this is another option that I know a lot of people are going to be looking for. And I think they do have light up features, which They're 1/8 scale, not even 1/10, so they're a little larger than the ones we just saw. Yeah, they do have LED lights, which is fantastic. I think it's a killer price made out of PVC. They're a PVC statues, very well done. I think Pure Arts killed it. But Iron Studios, of course, offers that. Also, they got the Naoe bus, also from Pure Arts, $80. So Pure Arts has actually been doing really amazing work, honestly, with what they're doing on this for the bus fans. So there's something. I think this game is bringing a lot of things. So the options are there. If you want to go for the quarter scale, big Pure Arts. Pure Arts also have the vinyl stuff 1/8, so they're smaller pieces. But if you are actually a 1/10 collector, then make no mistake, you can also go through Prime Studio. Of course, the difference between PVC and resin, of course, resin has a little more of that feel of more quality, although PVC also can be quality. Of course, and that is the difference of the price. Some people say, well, why is it the one is cheaper than the other and is bigger? Well, it's because one is PVC. It's a lot lighter material, and this is a more resin material, so it's more quality, and definitely it's very nice for 1/10. And this is going to serve the 1/10 collector for sure, those that are being collecting Iron Studios stuff. So yeah, that is a neat thing from Iron Studios. Now, another thing that I want to cover right now with Iron Studios, as we are here in Sideshow, another statue that was recently released, and this is not something new. It was an exclusive in Brazil, but now it's available finally in the States here through Sideshow Collectibles, and definitely Sideshow also distributes internationally. Is Gandalf, the white, and the Shadow Fox, the horse. This is a very nice piece, a 1/10. It's not that small. Dimensions are pretty neat because of how tall it is. Look at this. So the top is 16.4 inches tall, so it has height. The base, I would say it's kind of cool that they did the base. They added a little more detail, very small detail of the base. This type of like bases where it's more like they try to tell like miniature style buildings, not necessarily something that I care much about. I can get that they're trying to represent the movie and the scene, but at the same time, it feels a bit of off to me because it's not in the proper scale. You know, sometimes that type of angles that they do not necessarily my thing, but it's there if you're, you know, you like it. However, I still find the whole display with the horse very, very neatly done, very well done, all sculpted, very nice detail on the sculpt. And again, you can see here of the movie, of course, the film, the Two Towers scene there. Sword. Very nice detail for this piece. A very, very nicely, well, it's nicely detailed, nicely well, it's well done. And from every angle, it's gonna be a nice addition to the collection. I think that's something that right now we're seeing with the Lord of the Rings. There's some companies producing stuff. You can go for Prime One Studio, which is the high-end stuff, super expensive. Of course, Weta always producing stuff. Weta always it's a standard to follow. And now Iron Studio is producing smaller stuff, still accessible. $405 still is pricey, but it's kind of cool, of course, to see that the options out there more for Lord of the Rings. There's more options, and there's more companies offering something there. So there's alternatives for everyone, for many collectors, and it keeps the collectors happy. And it's great, in my opinion. So yeah, you can see it. I think it's great. And of course, the fact that another thing about Iron Studios is that there's ways that they're still offering some of those exclusives that they were at some point only available in Brazil. They're actually going other places. So in talking about this, I want to take you to Big Bad Toy Store, because now Big Bad Toy Store is also carrying Iron Studios stuff. They've been carrying Iron Studios for quite a while, but now they're also carrying exclusive stuff, exclusive to them, at least for the North American market. And that to me, it's great. So when we look here at Big Bad Toy Store, a lot of this stuff we already cover. Stuff that is available at Sideshow, anywhere else, they're also offering here. And some of stuff like, for example, the Assassin's Creed stuff, Shadows, also is even cheaper. But when we look at this stuff here, I want to show you, let me see here. The exclusive stuff they've been releasing right here. Maybe I can see. I see it right there, but I'm gonna look here. The He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Of course, they've been having this He-Man for a while. There's stuff that has been available in other places. But the good thing about what Iron Source is doing is they also having and they're offering exclusives here that not available anywhere else. And that to me is great news. Some of them, of course, like some stars have been already sold out, but they coming up with other things that are only exclusive to them, and that is great. For example, I'm gonna show you here this one right here, the exclusive to them here. Of course, it was available in Brazil. This is the Sorcerer's 110, the white version. It's 194. It's not available at Sideshow. It's only available through Big Bad Toy Store in North America. But when you look at this piece, it's a very nice figure. So if you're looking just for the all white version, very nicely detailed. I like the painted one, but if you're like a person that likes to have all the very unique versions, you want to also have this one. This is another place to come. Very nicely done. Very nice. I like even almost the translucent effect of those, the wings at some point. Very nicely. You can see how translucent it looks with the you can see the reflection of the lighting, the purple lighting. Very nice. So that's something that you can recreate. And it's very cool. So available here, exclusive to them. And also, you also get this Triclops. I've seen it someplace else. So it's not necessarily exclusive to them, but it's also limited edition. So this Triclops looks great. Although I would prefer for the paint job to be a bit different. Not as dark as it seems there, but I think this is maybe a different version. You know, Triclops was always one of my favorite toys as a kid from the Masters of the Universe. Probably it was my most precious one of all the Masters of the Universe that I had. I always enjoy it as a toy. It was my favorite toy of all the collection. And of course, the fact that you can actually move the different eyes, that's kind of cool. That's like homage to the toy. Very, very cool. Very neat that they did here. Of course, other figures we have seen. There's others that have been they're in stock, as you can see. They also have this one right here, the Skeletor Unleashed 110 Deluxe limited edition. This is a very unique version of Skeletor. Look at that. Very neat detail. I really like the detail here of this one. More modern take, more comic book, modern comic book type. Very cool, very neat piece. That's the reason why it's a bit pricier. Of course, you can see the base, the effects, and the interchangeable portraits. Very, very cool. I'm sure a lot of people kind of love this one. Very good detail there. That serpent. Very cool. Here, there's another exclusive BBTS. It's a color variant 69. This is, of course, Evelyn. Very different coloration. More on the purple blue. Very nice detail. Very nice figure for sure. And I do like the base. Not overpowering, enhances the figure. Very nice body. The sculpt is amazing. The sculptor did a really nice job with this one. Very, very clean, very well done. I think it's perfect. I think the price is fair for what they're offering on that one. And of course, they're doing this mini code things. Also, they did this one. It's already sold out here, which was a shame because it wasn't yesterday. But this is another one that was a special in Brazil. Of course, this is based on the Tila Warrior Goddess. This coloration also based on the mini comics. Very different version, but still very, very neat. It was available this week as And of course now sold out. Beautiful portrait, by the way. The face, very youthful. So that one is sold out, which is a shame. And they also got this Master of the Universe Skeletor. There was a different version of this. Where this was already available somewhere, but if we look at Masters of the Universe, looking at statues here, this is another one. This is another variant. This is the Skeletor Disco version, which is very similar to the one we saw, but has different coloration, only exclusive to here to Big Bad Toy Store, at least here in North America. The same as we just saw now, but different coloration, very bright. That's what they call it, the disco with the colors. Very neat. Translucent colors, like, you know, fluorescent colors. So I'm guessing it's gonna like shine in the dark. So this is again exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store. It was available in other markets. So yeah, you know, when you look at Master of the Universe and the stuff that they're producing here, and we're gonna talk about Tweeterhead, we're gonna come back later. But you look at all the stuff that they're producing, like He-Man, so many things. Like look at this one too. Another He-Man. Another He-Man from 110. This is a modern version of He-Man, more based on the comics. Modern comics, very, very neat. Actually based on the film in some way. It's Master of the Universe, the film. Ooh, look at that. The axe and the... Ooh, somebody just felt... Battle Cat. There's only the remainder of his helmet. Which... Wow, that is a nice pose, to be honest with you. Nice paint job, too. A more darker, gritty version of it. Very, very neat. Wow. Look at that. It's like the serpent that has been cut in half or something. The remainder of the face or whatever is left of that serpent. That is super neat. And gruesome too. But look at everything else. You know, they have the specials. Also have this Battle Drama Series Hordak gray version. This also exclusive only to Big Bad Toy Store. Of course, it's a repaint of this version that has been available in other places at Sideshow too. It's now available here, so you can purchase it here directly. So this is the thing, when we're looking at the stuff that they're doing, you know, like Iron Studios is not just surviving with the one place, it's just they're doing more stuff. Look at this, also Battle Trap Jaw exclusive, BBTS exclusive version. You know, Trap Jaw is another of my favorite villains. I always, you know, this is the funny thing. When I was a kid, my brother and I, we shared the toys. You know, we have to because my parents were like that. The only way to share toys was that one had to keep some and the other had to the others. In the case of Master of the Universe, we split it into two. So that means that my brother kept He-Man and the good guys and Master of the Universe, of course, and I got Skeletor, the bad guys. I always liked the Skeletor more than anybody. I like the bad guys. I like, actually, not because they were bad guys, I like him because I like the toys. Because in my opinion, the villains were a lot more cooler. The accessories, the color, the toys themselves that look at more, in my opinion, a lot more amazing. You know, they have all the gimmicks. So, you know, to me, it brings back memories of growing up with Master of the Universe playing the toys. And this is a cool one. Interchangeable parts. Very, very neat. Grab job for sure. So yeah, you can see definitely Iron Studios is doing amazing work. We'll look at this one also, you know, like for example, this other here, this, we have seen this before, this Skeletor on the throne. Very nice. I think Iron Studios is not running out of ideas when it comes about Master of the Universe. They produce stuff amazing. I think price point is interesting. It's affordable. And you can come up with a really nifty collection, large collection. And there's so much ideas that they can come up with. You know, Master of the Universe continues to be a franchise that sells and sells really, really well. So, well, this is actually the prime scale limited edition. So this is like the super large quarter scale. That's usually super expensive. Look at that. I was thinking it's a 110, but no, it's a quarter scale or prime scale. You know, I don't know. I think that is within the quarter scale definition. It's a 1/3 scale. Wow, I didn't know that they were doing a 1/3 scale. Gonna release in the 3rd quarter of this year. Wow. Definitely Prime One Studios. No, Prime One Studio. Iron Studios is doing amazing with it. What they're doing here. Wow. Is it that they already have the tiny version, if I'm not mistaken? So now they supersizing it or something? I thought I already did. In any case, cool to see them. Iron Studios doing really amazing work. Continue to be impressive. No doubt about it. And we'll see what the future will be. Will bring for this company. So Iron Studios is really killing it right now. All right, so we're moving on. And I want to move now to... let me take you to McFarlane store. McFarlane, again, doing always really amazing work. And the first thing I want to cover here is the... we're going to look at the stuff that this company is producing. And I want to start first with the DC stuff, the DC Multiverse, DC Direct, which is the line they have now with DC, which unfortunately DC, they're coming to this end with the toys. DC is going into the route, of course, now back to Mattel, but we'll see what that will be. But in the meantime, of course, they still have some stuff that has been released. And of course, these are a lot of the statues that have been released so far. I will tell you, they've been doing really amazing work. You can see, for example, that Joker Purple Craze Punchline by Stanley R. Jim Lau. Very cool. At $110, $169. Just to give you an idea of this piece. So 7.4 inches tall. Very cool. I think Punchline, you know, it's one of those characters that is growing in popularity. Interesting. Is McFarlane gonna continue on? And I like also the Joker they have right now available by Jason Fabok. I like it. It's very neat. Are they gonna continue on? Look at this Batman Detectives Comics 27. I think that is a really neat. Is it worth the $400, $500? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think it's worth that much money. I think that it's nice that he's representing, of course, the design style and the introduction of Batman and that cover. But is it that, you know, is it worth that much money? I don't think so. They got the 110. It's 110. It's $500. I'm not sure if that is worth that amount. Also, you got the Superman Red and Blue, Superman by Gary Frank. There's $169. You got Batman Black and White, which something the colors, the theme of the color, the black and white, the black and red, white and red, all that stuff is something that he's been doing lately. You also get this piece, the Joker Purple Craze, based on Gabriel Del Auto, which I think is kind of neat with the weapons and everything. Super neat that they're doing that. Gabriel Del Auto right there. $169. Now it's kind of like angle. I'm not sure if that's gonna have some issue where because of the way it is of leaning at some point. It depends. I don't know, it just kind of gives me the vibe. And then we also have this Harley Quinn, which is based on the art of Jenny Frison. This is the pretty much on the Harley collection that they do with the white and black, red, white, and black. It's interesting, of course, with the hyenas and everything. You can definitely go for it. Not necessarily like it like that. I would prefer to have color, fully color piece. But that is the appeal of this particular collection, is just the color. It's a nice sculpt, no doubt about it. They did a really nice job, the sculptor. representing. And as you can see, all the pieces that they have been released so far, it's part of that collection. So it's another addition to this already eclectic collection. There's a lot of those statues that are really, they slash in price after a while. So just to give you an idea, you know, when they don't do so well, but they, you know, that's how it is. You know, you gotta sell it, just let it go so you can have space for the next thing. So that is just an option there. Now, the other piece that I want to cover here, there's one more, and this is a 1/6, so $300 for the Joker, which is based on the Folly at Doe. My French is terrible. Of course, based on the film, second film, and it's all right, to be honest with you. But if you want to go for that instead of just paying top dollar for another super expensive statue, then definitely that's an option there. So kind of cool. Although I will tell you, I'm kind of getting tired of this idea that I see a lot that has been happening with all these bases being the same with the title in the base. You know, it works for certain things, but it seems that now they're doing it for everything, and not necessarily a fan of it, because it seems it's the easy, it's a cop out. It's so easy just to come up with something like that basic, just the title, put the statue on top of it, and be done with it. You're not complicate yourself. I would like to see more of an art, more of a design, more of a concept, rather than just see like just the easy thing. Because as you can see, that's what they've been doing with everything. Like the Joker has the title of the Joker, the Harley Quinn, the same thing, has the title of Harley Quinn, the Superman logo, you know, like for example, this one has more this black and white. Of course, black and white has been more defined. That has a little more detail. But look at this, the purple craze, you know, almost every statue has just the title or the logo. It's just the easier thing to do. So yeah, not necessarily a fan of that. Now, moving into the Marvel stuff, there's of course they've been doing amazing with those statues that they've been releasing, and they just went out the Spider-Man, the 1/10 scale. This is based on the Spider-Man number 38. So they have all this different. They're selling out so quick. They're getting out. Some of them not so much, but a lot of them they're doing really, really well. And I'll tell you, like for example, this I already sold this Thor and this black suit Spider-Man at Target the other night. I think I stopped by this week on Thursday or so, and I saw them and they look amazing. I didn't grab them, but I'm probably gonna end up grabbing them. I'm gonna order, not from here, but I don't know if I grab them there. I'll order to another place. But in any case, I will grab them at some point because they're also available on Amazon. They're all available everywhere. So you can see they're selling out really well. These are amazing. The 1/10 are amazing. I prefer the 1/6. You remember they got the Venom 1/10. Well, now they have the Venom 1/6. They went for a more modern version of Venom. Which is not bad. It's actually a modern rendition of Venom. $49, $50. You know, you cannot find something like this anywhere. And when you look at this, even if I come here to Big Bad Toy Store, as you can see, right there, McFarlane coming to 1/6. Like you can see, they still have it in stock. I'm gonna order here. I'm gonna come here and order some stuff. Some of these pieces here, I like them. I ordered from them before. They all come really great. But when you look at the pieces here, let me just give you an idea. Very, very neat. But this is based on the art of skip my mind right now. The artist Clayton Crane. Clayton Crane, of course. For those who are familiar with Clayton Crane, this is one of the most recent runs of the Venom. I think this is from the 2000, one of the more recent runs. But Clayton Crane did the stuff with the Ghost Rider. The Road to Damnation, and that was, I remember I reviewed on this channel years ago the Gentle Giant statue based on that cover, the Ghost Rider on a motorcycle from Gentle Giant, that it was based on that Clayton Crane's cover of that particular run. Fantastic statue, one of the best statues of the Ghost Rider, until it was surpassed, of course, by, in my opinion, by XM Studios, and then of course by Sideshow. So but fantastic statue, fantastic for 1/6 scale. Clayton Crane does his amazing story. Of course, he did the work with X-Force. He's known for that. So $50 you can buy directly. I would definitely recommend you to come to do a Big Bad Toy Store, because You only pay $4 for shipping. You're in the US, of course, which has always been something that I love. The shipping cost directly from McFarlane store is always expensive, but here, very cool. I like the base. Actually, they kill it with the vase. I think perhaps this is the more artistic of all the vases they have produced so far. It looks really neat. And the backdrop is simple, but the vase itself, can work really well with any collection, of course. Now, keep in mind that even though they're promoted as 1/6, they're smaller than as the 1/6 statues. But still, you know, within that range. Very nice Venom. I gotta be honest with you. Very nicely done. More modern, of course, more muscular. It looks more like a gorilla, his body, his arms being long that way. But the head has a little bit of that homage to Eric Larson. I would say, you know, McFarlane, Eric Larson, Bagley, with everything, with the tongue and everything. But that's the cover right there. You can see it. Very nice. I think they did a really nice job with this one. It's a very cool looking Venom for sure. You already have the Spider-Man. Definitely is going to fit in. I would love to have for them to do like a more based on McFarlane art. But they didn't do it. But I think they still, regardless, I think this is going to be a great companion just the way it is. Of a very nicely done Venom. $50. Definitely a very nice piece for sure. Very, very nice statue. All right, so we're moving on, and I'm coming to Sideshow. We're coming to Sideshow because I want to point another statue that is also available in other places. You drink some water. But it was available here. Available at Big Bad Toy Store. Spec Fiction, so you can find them in different places. Not necessarily you have to do it here. Let me go down. Hopefully it's here. If it's not sold out. Unless it already is. Wow. Probably is. No, right there. I was just right there. The face was escaping me. Guts, the Lost Children arc, and the Black Swordsman redecoration. That's what they call it, which is a recolor. It's a reissue of the original piece. Came out back in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Fantastic piece, highly sought out. Gecco stuff. Gecco Corporate Company, Gecco Corporation. It's really sells this stuff. The statues they sell. This is a statue that 2015 now. So it's been repainted now with more. They call it with right there. It says repainted using the latest painting technique. So it's a better version. It's gonna be better than the original, which is highly sold out. The artist, you had Shinya Akao, the sculptor, Kaisuke, the sculptor, and Shige Akiyama. That's the painter. Additional details. It's made out of ABS, PVC, and polyurethane. So it's all the standard stuff. But when you look at this is a very nice, more comic book accurate. Of course, you know, you see some of Prime One Studio that they do their own version of things, a more modern rendition, more realistic take. Of course, other companies like J&D doing the more realistic take of in this case Guts. But if you want something that resembles the manga, that resembles the art, then definitely this is one that definitely gonna be as close as that. It's gruesome. It's bloody, came out of battle, but it looks really, really neat. 14.9 inches tall, pretty hefty. Has nice detail, very nice sculpt for sure. That sword is bloody for sure. Look at all the detail. Very well done. And the base, of course, gruesome base. Again, this is available as Spec Fiction. Look at the details there too. Of course, this is a superior version when you compare it to the original because of the time. Of course, it's been so many years. It's been over 10 years since 10 years since the original came out. So finally, see it again reissue. For those who missed out, then there's an opportunity here, and you're getting a much better piece. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate for those who collected the original, but I think this is a very overall, paint wise and everything. So very nice. Gecco definitely as a company continues to, you know, they don't produce that much stuff, or we don't see as much stuff around here in America, but and sometimes it takes a while for them to come out, as you can see. But they definitely hit the Japanese market, the anime market, and they do it in an amazing style. And as you can see, they don't have that much stuff. They concentrate on the gaming stuff and the anime stuff, and they do really amazing. A lot of horror stuff too, but really greatly done. And I think this is a nice statue for sure. Really very gruesome, very realistic. The paint job is definitely on point. So yeah, that's what Gecco showcased this time around. All right, so now let me take you. I want to take you to Dark Horse Direct. This Dark Horse, of course, has been having not necessarily the best of times. They recently shut down their app. You look at this Rise of the Ronin Ryoma statue. This is based on the video game Rise of the Ronin. The Ryoma statue, $249. This, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is PVC. It's not PVC. I think this is actually real polystone or resin statue. Only 300 pieces, so it's a very limited. The limited piece is it's poly resin. Looking at the dimensions, it's 12.75 inches tall. Is within that range of 1/6 scale. It's gonna be 1/6 scale. I think the price is very fair for this type of statue. $249. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it. I think it's a very nicely painted statue. Super large here, as you can see, because of the. I wish they can reduce it, but here you can see very nicely sculpted. Very nice detail. I think for the price, really well done. This picture here. Height, width, depth. Very nicely done. Very nicely done for sure. Look at the hands. It's a pretty nice size. And I think for the price nowadays, when people are asking for like top dollar for a lot of this 1/6 scale pieces, if you're a fan of this video game, then definitely you're going to see a very nice piece for sure. And I love the detail that they added. I think the base is very clear. I would say Dark Horse Direct. Dark Horse has been doing, you know, they have lost a few licenses or some collaborations they're not doing, but I think they're doing really an amazing job. And looking at this piece, looking at the portrait, look at that. For a resin statue, very nice detail there. First I thought it was PVC, man, but you know, looking at it, definitely I can say they're a nice job. Even that revolver, the gun, the katanas, and the base. Super neat. Again, this is a very nice piece overall. Trying to see if I can see the artists that were involved here, if it shows that. They also have a, you know, like a payment plan partially if you're into that. If you need, you know, you cannot pay it all at once, but you will still want it. Then you can use that as an example. Comes with certificate of authenticity. It's a hand number base, which is cool. And the sculpting is done by Big Shot Toy Works. I don't know the company. Oh, the prototype and the paint was done by Gentle Giant Studios, which they always do amazing for sure. And very neatly done. Very neatly done. They did a really nice job. So yeah, kudos to them for doing this. I think Dark Horse showcasing something really amazing on this time around with this piece. So kudos to them for doing this. All right, so we keep moving, and I want to take you now to another company. We're gonna go to Tsume Art. This is also available as Spec Fiction, but Tsume Art released a new statue, part of this one right here. Right now, at the moment I'm filming this, they says that it's only 100 pieces left, so it's selling so quick that you better better move forward. This is Stain. This is one of the villains, an Ikage, the 1/6 scale piece, part of the Ikage collection, and this is poly resin, of course. My Hero Academia. was designed and made in Luxembourg. Sometimes people confuse, think that Tsume art is based in France. It's actually based in Luxembourg, which is next to France anyway, or it's part of in the vicinity. But and they do speak French, and I think also other languages. But yeah, that's where they're headquartered. But here, this is a very neat piece. Now, looking at the pictures, you can get, again, this is spec fiction. You can get it at Big Bad Toy Store too. So don't think that there's no options where you can purchase this. You can find it anywhere. Right there, you can see it. It's available here. Very cool. Or you can come to Spec Fiction. And as you can see right here in Spec, right there, they also have it on Pure. So yeah, the options are out there. It's like you're not going to be missing out of anything. Here you can see, now looking at the pictures, very nice. The same concept. Technically, what they've been doing with the Kage collection is to number pieces that releases in different franchises. My Hero Academia, they released a few Ikage pieces, and they're going more for adding and numbering these collections to create this big collections of dioramas of all the characters. And normally it's a simple black base, and of course you did something, an effect that it happened there. And here's you see the eyes as part of that effect. And they're very classy, in my opinion, and still same action pose most of the time. They're not museum. There's always an action happening, showcasing some of that power. I think they did a really nice job with this one. Very neat on the effect. It looks impressive. It's standing the way it is, and it's still that base goes along. And what I like about it, also the way they're designed in a way is to really save some space, to really make it more easier to display. They don't have this bulky, round, cumbersome bases that unfortunately we get to see a lot. And here you can see this woman is showcasing from this angle. And you can display in all these dioramas, these battle poses with other characters, what you can do. That is great. And with other characters already released in this collection, you can see all the Ikage pieces that have been released so far in this collection. That's another great addition. It's a very neat one. Very nice paint job. There's no switch up parts. It's just showcasing the, an effect, and a battle with this action pose in a very simplistic base, but also very cool looking base with that effect. I think they did a really nice job. So there's another great addition. Tsume art continues to be impressive. You can buy directly from Tsume art, or you can go to a Spec Fiction. You can do a Big Bad Toy Store, or any of the distributors of Tsume internationally. You can go there. Whatever store you prefer, you can go there. I'm sure you'll be taken care of. So yeah, this is a fantastic piece. Kudos to Tsume for another fantastic rendition of the art. And continue on now with the concepts, of course, that we're doing with still with the anime. I want to take you to Prime One Studio. Prime One Studio didn't do much this week, of course, no bigger releases, but they have this right here. This Yuno, this is Black Clover. This is another hit anime, manga. I think there's a manga too, but it's in the manga, the anime. But the anime is as far as I know. But this was showcased, of course, at the recent showcase. We saw the video. There's two different versions. There's exclusive version. Of course, they got the regular version. And Black Clover, we have seen they already released a few pieces in the past. 1/6 of course, this one right here we've seen other things they have done. Very neat. $799, $800. As I tell you, like other pieces and other companies producing 1/6 scale. But keep in mind, Prime One Studio does 1/6, but when they do 1/6, they really go for the price. Hey, by the way, I didn't tell you how much was priced for this other piece on My Hero Academia. $610. This is what we're now get to see what a lot of this price is with these pieces. So this is $800, so it's already on the top price. Very nice detail, for sure. The $799, almost $800 plus the shipping, of course, for the exclusive version. If you want just the regular version, it's $699, $700, so it's $100 difference. And it's gonna release sometime between June and September of 2026, so it's a long wait for this piece. But when we go now to look at the pictures, the base is nice. It really speaks volume. This is when what I was telling you about the more cumbersome pieces. You know, it requires more real estate. This is not for everyone. This is for whoever has the space, but also is a big fan of Black Clover, because it's going to require a lot of space. Looking at that base, looking at the sword, the extension of his clothing, you're definitely gonna have to have some place to put it where it's gonna stand out. Very nice piece. I'm not necessarily well versed on Black Clover. I don't watch it. I know it's a hit, but other than that, if I spend time watching everything that comes out, I will never be able to produce any content or videos or even look at any collectible, because there's so much content and I try to keep up with stuff. Is always hard. But here you can see that's a nice sword, and definitely even as a 1/6 comes with a lot of great detail. There's 34 pictures here. Here you can see that. And I love the base. I love the detail of the greenery. And I think this is, are we looking at, that's the regular version. Now, when we're looking at the exclusive, that comes with extra portraits. You get extra bonus head part. So you get this portrait, which is an interesting take. That is the exclusive. Yeah, it's all right. A little bit boring, but the extra head, which is the exclusive part, you get the exclusive, you get the bonus part. So we just saw the bonus. Is it smirking? Is it laughing? Is it serious or what? I don't know. It's just different. But the regular is just the serious face. The extra head, which is part of the exclusive version, is the yelling, screaming one. Again, the third head, because there are 3 heads for the bonus version, is this one. So, it's the same piece. The difference is the head. And actually, I like the exclusive because of that extra yelling, screaming head. But you're paying definitely $100. Of course, you consider the bonus version, which is the extra third one. So you're paying $50 more per version if you get the bonus version. Once they run out of the bonus version, it's going to be just the exclusive version, then it's always gonna be you paying $100 for the screaming head. So I think right now, if you're really interested on this one, go for the bonus version so you can get the 3 heads. Still, you're paying a top penny for each head, like top dollar. Still, I think the screaming head is perhaps my favorite, and this particular effect is the one that looks the best. So I would recommend going for that one, paying the extra $100 more for that one, because and that's how, in my opinion, this character should be displayed in this battle post. So yeah, it looks great. All right, so it is 9:05, 9:06. Thank you for those who are watching. Please let me know in the comments. Don't forget, let me know that you're watching. It's always appreciated. Thank you for your being here and being supportive of the channel. Now I'm gonna take another small break. I try to stay not to be sitting down for more than an hour. But we're gonna come back, and when I get back, we're just gonna do the final part. We have still to talk about Tweeterhead. I want to talk about Sideshow Collectibles, J&D Studios, and EFX. So we have 4 more companies to cover, and then of course we'll be done for the night. But I want to say thank you very much for your support. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to leave a comment in the chat. Let me know what you think about the pieces that we have covered so far, or what is it that you're collecting. Also, I'll answer your questions. I'll reply to you when I get back. So see you in a moment.
I don't know if I'm changing over. In the moonlight I can't kill this feeling sober. So I start to come alive. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't wanna die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want your life to remember me. I feel like that we're getting closer to a brand new night. The past is finally getting over. I really think it's time to say goodbye. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for
it's a game. I'm not gonna play, but maybe you should do whatever you need to erase me. It's all just a game. You think I'm gonna play, but maybe you should do whatever you need to erase me.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you very much for being here with me tonight. This is now the last stretch of the night. We have still a few companies to cover. We have covered, of course, a lot of stuff in action figures, toys. We have collectibles, of course. We have covered statues, but now it's time to, and we're moving, of course, with the scales. Now we're going into the larger scales, and we're going to now move into Sideshow collectibles. We have two things that we're going to cover. We also going to look at, well, actually before that, we're going to look at Tweeterhead, and then we're going to look at J&D Studios and ultimately EFX collectibles. But thank you very much for your support. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Don't forget to leave a like, to leave a comment in the description. Let me know that you're watching. It always helps. Thank you for being supportive. Thank you for being with me in this channel. You know, sticking with me, always being there for me. I appreciate it. All right, so we are moving back again into the fray, and we are going to now go to Tweeterhead. This is also available at Sideshow, just for reference, but we're gonna use Tweeterhead for reference, and also Sideshow. Why not? So we are coming to. All right, so we are looking at Sideshow, and as you can see right there, it's available Man-at-Arms. This is part of the Legends, which is the 1/5 scale maquette collection. $655 there. If you come here at Tweeterhead, it's gonna be the same price. There's two different versions. One is only available here. I think also it's available if you go there. No, actually no, they only have the regular version, but here you have two different versions. The first version available also at Sideshow. Here you can see it's 450 pieces, limited edition, which is a very, very limited number in today's market. Although a lot of these numbers are going down, but I think this collection, this is a very, very good looking Man-at-Arms. It reminds me, the first time that I saw something like a Man-at-Arms like this, of course, was the Mondo Man-at-Arms, which is an amazing figure so far. I still think one of the and we covered this one of the first reaction figures that I did back in some time ago, like this one. Look at this. So definitely they took a lot of inspiration from this amazing figure. Still amazing. You can find it in the aftermarket. They got the regular. This is the exclusive version, comes with all the extras, but even the regular is amazing. So this is definitely a fantastic rendition of Man-at-Arms, and you can see that inspiration on the statue. Like they even in the suit and everything, and the outfit and the armor, they definitely went for that. Now you can pay fully. There is a flex pay system here. You can choose. You get a discount, early pre-ordered gift where you get some discount too. So there's a lot of things you can do when you pre-order. You get some, you know, some perks. Made out of poly resin, gonna be 30 pounds. The artist with Ariel Morta-Remis, designer and sculptor David Igo, also designer and sculptor Gio Napkill, designer sculptor. And the design also got Nate Barsh, Liz Maggie, the painter, and Heath Hammond, a Blackfor painter is also another painter. So there's a lot. It's a good team here of people. Some people I heard the names I'm not really as familiar with, but others I know. But it's a fantastic statue for sure. Very nicely detailed. Some people may complain about the portrait, the head being too small compared to the body. But definitely I think it's just the armor itself that gives that vibe. And it comes with an interchangeable portrait with a more, you know, without the mustache, and I will tell you, I prefer him with the mustache. I think with the mustache looks better than without. But that is the extra portrait, a more younger version. You can say that, more younger Man-at-Arms, but definitely this is the way you want to, you know, see the guy. And yeah, when you look at the Man-at-Arms from Mondo, you definitely can see the inspiration in the armor. Definitely, there's a lot of it in there. And very nice. Even the base, well done, and like the steps. It has the Captain Morgan knee, but I think it's fitting for the character in that pose. Very nice detail. Again, this is gonna be the portrait is gonna be the least. Nice detail on that base. Nice paint job. It's a simple base, but it has detail. But there's, you know, not like it's just a few ranges of green and other colors that we're used to give a little bit of that shade, the shadowing and the shading. Oh, look at that shotgun gun in the back, in his back, his knife, battle knife. And I like on the armor, like you can see the battle damage and the details on the paint job. Very well done. Very well executed piece. His mace. Got the two portraits. Is the younger portrait, or the one with the mustache, doesn't look that bad for sure. But yeah, this one I think. And to be honest with you, like even without the mustache, it feels like, I don't know, it just feels like two different portraits, like two different faces. Even the way his big bones are look different than this side. Look like he looks more square here than it looks here, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's just the angle of the picture. I don't know if it's the same face. Actually, it's not. Look at this. Look at how square that face is. Even they cut right there in between the chin, the double chin. Here it doesn't have it, so I don't know what was the inspiration. I'm gonna read it. I didn't really pay attention to that, but yeah, look, it's a very different chin. So I guess they're using some inspiration. I don't know if it's maybe in the comics, in the mini comics maybe, or some art of Man-at-Arms, initial arm. I will look at the details here. Maybe on the details we'll have the reason why, because it's definitely not the same portrait. It says the Man-at-Arms also comes with two unique portraits. One more modern, okay, so with his famous mustache, okay. And one more classic, no mustache. Okay, so giving MOTU fans the option to display him in a couple different ways with the rest of their collection. All right, so what's it? Because in the mini comics, I think it's because of the mini comics. And if you give me a second here, let me actually get. And the reason I'm getting up is because it's a good thing I have my reference here. I'm looking at the mini comics. Maybe that will give us a reference about Man-at-Arms. Perhaps Man-at-Arms initially didn't have a mustache. I think he didn't. Now I'm a bit thinking about it. Oh, okay, that's what it was. On the original art, let me see if I can see it. I love this mini comic. So this is a great book for reference. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you in just a moment. I'm looking at this immense Masters of the Universe. This is the mini comic collection that was released by Dark Horse Comics. And I'm telling you, are great for reference. But yeah, when I'm looking at some of the images, it appears the Man-at-Arms doesn't have the mustache. Although I haven't found one, because he always had that cover in his, like the thing that was covering his face is in the toy, so you didn't see the face. sometimes, so you didn't know. But it seems from some angles it appears that I don't see the mustache. The mustache was something that was added really later down the road to the, you know, to the cartoon, which I you know, that's the one that most people remember of. But I'll tell you when I found it, because it's taking some time to find it. You know, I remember, you know, like this toys. You're looking at back in the day. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, there's a couple of scenes where I see Man-at-Arms, no mustache. So they're going more for the classic art rather than using the... I already kind of lost a little bit of time with this, but it's just once I get something... Oh, right there. Just to give you an idea. Some of these comics, you don't see it really well, but now you can see the face right there. Man-at-Arms. You can see it right there. No mustache. And in many of the mini comics which came out before, they were done prior to the toy line. Of course, the toy line was about to come out and they were producing this to go alongside it. Some of these mini comics just didn't have those effects. Of course, that's the reason why Tila was very different initially. And here you can see the originally art. You can see right there, it doesn't appear that he has a mustache. So yeah, I think that's going for that. That kind of idea purpose. It's kind of cool. But to me, definitely, I've always got to remember the cartoon way more. I always find the cartoon to be perhaps the thing that I'm more inclined to accept as Man-at-Arms. Even the Mondo exclusive, as you can see right there, has the mustache in both, because that's how people remember Man-at-Arms more than, you know, you have to be very I would say in depth in knowledge to really kind of see it differently. But make no mistake, it's still looking amazing. Look at this. It looks like an amazing piece for sure. Great detail. Just there's no like hand. It would be nice if they would have done something with the arm, you know, like a different switch up with the arm. They couldn't get away without the mustache thing and just do the arm thing, maybe pointing the gun at you, something like that. Like as in the commercial, as in the introduction of the, you know, when he's attacking you, he's doing the power thing. If we go back, let's say to, for example, just an idea. Let me go to just to. And we're doing this when you look at the intro of He-Man opening team, like we're gonna skip this thing here, commercial thing. You're always gonna remember. I think when you look at Man-at-Arms, you're always gonna look at the way he was portrayed in the cartoon, because I think that's what most people identify themselves. A lot of people were introduced through the cartoon. They were introduced to the toy line. In my opinion, that's how I was introduced. And you can see Sorcerers right there. I don't know if you can see it there. That's the part where we remember the introduction, of course, of him. And they could have done that with the arm, you know, like doing the arm when he's doing that effect and doing the power with the laser. That's what have been, probably in my opinion, would have been the best choice. They did not do that. But that would have been the perfect choice to do with the other arm, doing the effect that he's pointing the arm at you with his laser thing. That would be, in my opinion, the best thing. But in any case, still, it's an amazing piece for sure. Very nicely detailed, very nicely well done. Nice paint job. I wouldn't call one modern. The mustache is a modern version. I think that is the more classic, as long with the same with the toy. Here right next to his daughter, looking amazing for sure. Very nice detail for both pieces. Looking very nice detail. Yeah, they're no doubt about it. You know, they continue to do amazing and to inspire with this collection. Right there to Triclops. No, Triclops, I'm sorry. Trapjaw. And yeah, man, this collection is impressive. Continues to be impressive. You can come here to Tweeterhead. You can do it here. You can come to Sideshow. Again, Sideshow also carries it. Regardless where you choose, you get the same version. and I would say go for it. I think the numbers are fine. 450 pieces is fine. It's a very nice maquette for sure, and kudos to Tweeterhead for another amazing job here. All right, so now that we are at Sideshow, let me go back because I want to come to, and of course Sideshow, this just to this week they have this bash, birthday bash, celebrating their 30th anniversary as a company, and they did a lot of things, giveaways, all that stuff for those who had the time to keep up, which in this case is most of the time the younger crowd. People like us, like we work for a living. I'm not saying that everyone doesn't work for a living, but the ones that we work regular jobs that have nothing to do with like being online all day, you know, we do what we have to do, you know. You know, I don't have time to be watching and definitely just going like dragging all this stuff trying to get something for free. No, you know, I work for my stuff. I pay this stuff, so I don't have time to be signing to everything. So, but you know, they released some stuff, of course. You know, they in the badge they were doing all kind of things, you know, social media, all the stuff they normally do. But Sideshow this week released 2 pieces that, you know, are interesting. First, we have the Witch of the Woods. It's part of their own personal line that they've been doing. This Witch of the Woods premium format figure, interesting. If you're into that, $655. I think it's a fair price, of course. You know, the profit out of this is better because it's all profit. You know, it's profit that they make is their own IP. There's no license. They don't have to pay the others. So that's one of the reasons why sometimes other pieces can be more expensive. It's all about licenses. A very sexy witch for sure. This is not your average witch. This is a very sexy red hair witch. And it comes that big head goat right there. Not my cup of tea for sure. I'm not necessarily, I've never been really crazy about these things. I think there was a sacrifice here with this black goat. Nice body for sure. A very macabre, you know, setting. And look at her arm, all the scarring on her arm. So I would say that this probably is an old witch that turned into a younger woman. And a very sexy woman for sure. So definitely there's some detail there. And you can see the blood and the dagger that she's holding. There was a sacrifice. I don't know if she's holding like a heart. Yeah, there's a heart that was cut. This is not something that I would probably, it's gonna fit in my house. This is not something that I would be comfortable with around. Even as sexy as it is, I've never been, of course. But I know other people love this kind of thing. Height, 23.25 tall. So it's a quarter scale for sure. Beautiful rendition here of this person. Nice detail. And definitely for those fans of this kind of thing, because there's plenty of people out there and you can see the scarring in her arm. Definitely an older woman transformed into a beauty for sure through some dark magic. From witchcraft. Very nice detail for sure. Very well done piece. And when we look at the shorts, nice portrait. And nicely detailed. Now, I did not check who is the sculptor here, but definitely the sculptor did a fantastic. We're going to look at it in a moment. And definitely within that, you know, when, you know, Sideshows that has the dark side of things, you know, they have their own dark side of things. But when we look at this, let me actually reduce this scale so we can read better. You know, at my old age now, I don't read as well. But we have Daniele Danco Angelosi, the sculptor. Just by the name alone, it seems like it's an Italian. Italians, they do have amazing sculptors for sure. There's a lot of amazing Italian sculptors that I know. Rachel Rubisek, the designer. Cameron Scott Davis, also designer. Kat Sapine, as always, impressive with her paint work. That's amazing. And the Sideshow design and development team involved in this piece. This is a fantastic piece for sure. Well painted, well executed. Overall, this is a really nice piece that they came up here with. So kudos to Sideshow for another home run here. Now, the next thing, here you can see La Muerta. This is the art print that is coming very soon to go alongside with the statue we talked about last week. But another statue that was released this week, and it sold in a matter of minutes, you know, probably sold out quicker than that. The Great Hulk, Incredible Origins. This is this Great Hulk. You know, we have the collector's edition already on the wait list. We talked about this piece last year. The red variant It was a retail exclusive through others. Also, we got the Hulk Gamma Smash, another exclusive also on the wait list. And this was the gray I anticipated. As you can see, the numbers don't lie. Very tiny numbers. This one reached 750 only for this one. Still very limited number. For the red variant, 325. 150 for the Gamma one. Which people are thinking, okay, that's going to be pretty much super limited. But then they went super extra limited with this one, 100 pieces. Having 4 of them, it's like the grail for some people will be. And I'm sure some collectors I already know, they already have them all. But when you're looking at this piece, and again, 30th anniversary here. When you look at this piece, very nicely detailed. The difference between the others, of course, is the paint job, the sculpt. There's some differences, of course. Is shirt that has been destroyed. Of course, this is the retro homage to it. Very nice detail. I really like them all, but I think the green one is my favorite, and I will say this is my second favorite. And now is perhaps, and it is the most exclusive of all, and definitely there's gonna be the grail of them all because it's gonna be super. Only 100 pieces, very, very limited. Once it comes out, it's gonna be super expensive. It's huge, as you can see. It's the same pose as the others. There's differences on the portrait. I love that portrait. That's a little bit, even though it's the retro Hulk, it does have a little bit of that face, the head, kind of that of the, you know, the McFarlane. I can show you right here. When you look at this here, this Hulk, he does have that feel of that Hulk, of course. Look at that Hulk. Some way it does feel a little bit like that. The orange was on the title of Hulk, but the face, when you look at the face, you definitely can see that portrait in some way reflected here. Very cool though. Very cool. Very nice detail. Very beautiful piece for sure. The whole line has been beautiful so far. Even the box that they have, the art on this box is really amazing. Well done. And here you can see all of them together. They're all great. I think they all have their own strength. And as you can see, this too is the same skull. It's just painted differently. And there's some changes also in the portrait. And the portrait has the more of that Frankensteinian face here than it does here. This has more like the like, you know, like the jar hit cut there. And here you have the red Hulk, and of course the green Hulk. So they all have a little bit of changes, but the sculpt itself and this two is very, very similar. So they're all fantastic for sure in their own detail. Very well done, very well executed pieces. Having them all will be probably the best part of them. And here's out of the box. You can see the detail there. Very nice detail. I think this one is coming soon, so already technically you're already looking at the version, and very nicely packaged. And all the accessories that go with the base. Cool. All those rebars. And they do have magnets. I see there. It says this has magnets. It's not just insert them there. That's cool. To go with the magnets, because sometimes those pieces, if they look, they can fall. Although I hardly ever encountered one falling. Like once you insert things into the bases, you don't move the bases much, you don't have that problem. Huge piece, of course, a little bit light in comparison to previous statues. Of course, nowadays everything's lighter, and it should be because of the pose. But that portrait is beautiful. That Frankensteinian look has always been beautiful. Very nice Hulk. Another home run from Sideshow. Sold out quickly. Kudos to those who were able to grab it and add it to the collection. So congratulations, you definitely did. You grab a very nice piece for sure. All right, so we got that. We got Sideshow out of the way. Now let me take you to Spec Fiction. Actually, I'm gonna go to J&D Studios, and then of course we're gonna go to We're coming to James Studios. This South Korean company doing really amazing work, and they released this on the 1/3 scale, which is a film that I haven't watched. And this is going to be released in the second quarter 2026. Of course, there's a method of payment. It's super expensive. If I've come to Spec Fiction, where we're gonna go there, just to give you an idea how much it's gonna be. If you come here and do it through Spec Fiction, it's almost $3,400. It's super expensive. It's a 1/3 scale depiction of this film, this horror, the mystery horror film that is, you know, I would say right now Korea has been producing amazing films, or they're highly praised. Some of them are very kind of weird in some way, if you're into like filmmaking, which I am in some way, but not all movies. I'm not necessarily a fan of horror films, or like some of those films that are artsy and they kind of go all over the place. Not my thing, but definitely, you know, when I was younger, I used to love those type of films. For some reason, when you're young, you're kind of more of a hippie, and you kind of think, when I was a hippie, I like movies or artsy movies. And then I got older, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes it's just, I think maybe it's just the age thing. You overthink things, and I don't know. So I'm not necessarily like a big fan of the artsy stuff nowadays, but when I look at this piece, and of course you look at the figures that they've been producing in 1/6, they've been doing amazing statues and figures. Squid Game, for example, they have done some really nice statues, and which is another South Korean production. All those things that they've been doing, really showcasing the arts, the quality of their art. And here, again, you can order directly to them. This piece has a lot of details. But here, if I'm coming to Exhuma, I'm looking at this film, I'm looking at the pictures showcase here. Very artsy, and to be honest, silicone pieces, and they look just like the actors. Like, they're just like the actors. And just to give you some point of reference here, let me go to YouTube. When you look at it, Exhuma, this is the official trailer of this film. Just to give you an idea, of course, this is some important actors and actresses here, the South Korean actresses. Again, this is a mystery horror film, which actually I prefer over like some of the horror, like demonic horror thing. I like the more mystery type of things. I always have. I think I feel more thought out. You know, I even as a teenager used to love to read horror, which I don't do anymore. But I always like the more thought out mystery type of horror. Like, it keeps you on your toes, thinking, who is it? You know, what happened? What's going on? So I think that is something that, as you can see, the actor there and the actress. So they're based on that, where they're there doing this ritual, trying to get rid of the spirit on this property. So that gives you an idea of what they're doing. So if you're into that type of film, you know, you can watch it. Definitely, people seem to like it. Some people were okay with it, reviews wise. Some people praise it, some people not so much. But it's an interesting, if you're into horror, definitely it's something you can check out. And so that gives you an idea of this film. And of course, it's an important cast. All right, so this is what they're doing here. This is what they're doing in this particular collection, portraying, as you can see, the actress, very nicely done, and the outfit that she's wearing on that particular ritual. And look at the actor. It's just, they have done a fantastic job recreating the art it's just fantastic, you know. And I will tell you this is something I would say about J&D. It's like, when they do the stuff, you know, they do amazing stuff. And of course, this is not for everyone. This is for people who love this show, this movie. Definitely is gonna be, it's more for the Asian market, perhaps, or for horror fans around the world who have the means for something so eclectic. And it's just very unique. Even she's wearing those shoes. Look at the shoes. So it's so eclectic, so based in the film. There's no, it's just amazing. It's just like I'm looking at the actors in real life. And this is one thing I would say about J&D and the quality that they're producing and recreating the scenes. It's so realistic. It's just unreal. It's so unreal what this company is doing, and it's amazing. The skin looks so natural. Her facial features, her hair, it's so realistic. It's so impressive. You might think that it's actually the actors and you're taking pictures of that. Very nice detail. And look at that. Even the tattoos in his arm, just everything is just matching the film that is seen. His eyes. What's up, Hell at Night? How you doing, my friend? Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. But yeah, this is a very impressive statue. The display is impressive. Yeah, this is not for everyone. This is for definitely those who can afford such an expensive piece for sure. And if you have the money for such a thing, it's just such an impressive piece. Again, I think we're going around again. But yeah, that tells you that if you have the money right now, 34, this is going to release till next year sometime, but it's amazing. Here you can see silicone, rooted hair, glass eyes, eyelash, everything. This is incredible. Here's a video of the piece itself. These hyper-real collectibles are they're blowing my mind. And they're here on this video, they're taking the scenes actually of the trailer of the movie and bringing it to real life. Wow. Such great detail. Yeah, it blows my mind. I don't know. I have no words to say about J&D. I think J&D is killing it. They are really releasing amazing work of art. You know, it's just amazing. You know, like, you know, yeah, there's always gonna be this to people who support it, to people who don't support it. Some people, you know, support the silicone, but definitely there's strong people out there. People are having strong feelings about in the opposite side about disliking that silicone, but there's on the other side also people who are big fans of it, and I support J&D, and definitely J&D is a company that you need to pay attention to. They're doing amazing work. This is a showcase of that amazing art that they offer. So yeah, it's pretty neat. So J&D, it's there. And finally, now we're coming to the end of the night with the last piece, and for that reason I'm taking you to Sideshow, and I want to show you a prop. This is a real size, of course. Real life size. It's a prop, it's a mask, and this is from EFX. It's been kind of quiet recently, doesn't done much. We come here to Sideshow, but this company, of course, has always done a lot of props over the years. It's one of those companies, particularly when it comes about anything that has to do with Star Wars. You know, they do this stuff. Look at all the stuff that they have showcased, all the props. A lot of lightsabers, dark sabers, the Mandalorian helmets. They have the helmets. They have you know, anything like replicas. They do really amazing work. Look at all this stuff. And now they have this Darth Vader. Of course, we have this Darth Vader. Already have this prop replica. Is for sale. This is just the helmet by itself, which is amazing. You can find it right now. You can go there and get this one, as you can see with the photos. Very nice. If you have a Star Wars collection, you need to have what, you know, there are a lot of people love to have this in their showcase. You know, they put the helmets. I've seen people who are strictly, they collect action figures, 1/6 scale figures, Hot Toys figures, but they also like to add this as an accent to those collections on top of their displays, on top of their vistas, on all those different displays that they have, IKEA displays. But it's cool. This is already for sale, $254. I think it's a fantastic price for this one, for this helmet, which is very iconic. And definitely, if you're gonna have a prop, definitely this is the one you need to have. Very cool. So it's kind of cool. But if you want the newest one, they have this here where we just should showcase there. We always had that. They have this black chrome. So this is a version that is a bit, it's better than the one that you just saw all in black. This is more accurate to the film. So I think this is, and that's the reason why you see the difference in price. On the details, of course, it's a replica. You get, it's a life-size scale replica with high-quality black chrome plated ABS metal construction. So it does have some plastic elements, but also metallic elements. Now let me go back to the other one, the 350 something, because I want to make sure that that was also life-size and it's not just a smaller replica, which could be this one right here. It's just a prop, so I'm looking at this as a real size, real life size. Right there, it says it's high 14 inches tall. Interesting. That's a little more of a plastic feel. 14 inches. Maybe. I think this should be the same. Yeah, it's 14. So it's the same. The difference, of course, is the construction of this one is more accurate than the other one. Because the other one is a more plasticky looking in the sense of the reflection. But you want something that reflects, like, it looks more like the film. Then they go for this one. It's more expensive. It's newer, of course. ABS, it has original asymmetric sculpted geometry, so it's based on the original prop that was used for the film. All it's accurate two-piece construction, bubble lenses, oh cool, machine aluminum tusk, and metal mouth and chin grills. Certificate of authenticity and stand not included, so you have to get a stand for it. So, but when you look at the pictures, look at the detail. It does look more realistic. At least the reflection is going to be a lot nicer. This is going to be the better version than the one we saw for $254. That is still a good version. It's still good. If we look at EFX Collectibles, I think they do have their website. Right there. You know, they got this nose speeder. That's a very nice one too. Proof gift replica are now available for pre-order. These are also, this was came out in August last year, based on the one that was done to the a replica that was done for the people who work in the film. So they're giving you a replica of that particular gift that they receive. But here you can see same thing. There's nothing different about this one. Like there's no special. I think. I don't know if there's a place to purchase here because I don't see an option, so you might not even get it there. But here at Sideshow, of course, you get the same. There's nothing special that you get an extra thing that you will get. So you can get it from Sideshow. I'm sure you can probably get it from Lexi Big Bad Toy Store. Right. You can see FX Collectibles. They also have some, you know, some of those replicas. And that, the wearable helmet that you saw, the one, it's already sold out. They're all wearable, not just to, you know, to keep in mind. It's real life size, so you can actually put them together. So you can put it, you wear them if you like. But this is the one that is already still available in Sideshow for $300 some. Already sold out here. You can see it's, you know, it's good. Not bad. It's just more on the black side. I think this one with the chrome is gonna shine a lot more in the light, and it's gonna look better and more accurate to the film for sure. So yeah, I will tell you this, guys. Now really coming to the end of this video. I want to say thank you to everyone who has been here throughout the night. I appreciate it. It's almost 3 hours of video content. Thank you for your support. Still trying to get to the point where I start producing more videos throughout the week. We still have work to do. As you can see in the background, I have my bookcases with my books. I still gotta put my statues on top, and I gotta put and this is the thing, trying to decipher how I'm gonna do with all my collectibles, because I have too many to fit. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able, at some point I'm gonna have to get rid of some stuff. I got a lot of stuff. I have die-cast models, I have statues, action figures, a lot of things in boxes and packages, and unfortunately I don't have, this room is not as big as I wanted it to be. I'm gonna have some stuff here on this angle. I'm gonna put some stuff there, and I'm gonna stop over there. I don't know, I'm gonna have to rearrange things, maybe get some different things, some different bookcases, and trying to maximize the space with new furniture or something. I don't know, time will tell. I'm thinking probably to have all the displays in other areas of my house. My bedroom, my master bedroom is huge. I could actually, my dream would be to make the master bedroom the collection room. That would be perfect. I would fit everything. It's a huge room, but my wife would not let me do it. So, so that has to wait. But I'm probably gonna. It's still one of the corners because it's huge, and I could put a. I'm thinking about adding a big case there, where I can display some of the big stuff. So we'll see. You know, time will tell. Other things downstairs, who knows? It's always a plan. Always trying to figure how to do certain things. Some things work out, some things don't. It just gotta kind of work with it. You know, whatever is given to you, you have to work with it. So I want to say to all of you, thank you very much for your support. We cover a lot of things. These companies are doing really amazing work. Always stay tuned for more. I wanted to actually review Captain America Brave New World this week. I didn't get the opportunity. I enjoyed the film. If you get the opportunity to watch it, it's not as the original Captain America. It's not as, you know, Winter Soldier. I think there are better films, but still was enjoyable. Better than Civil War for sure. And actually I enjoy it in some ways more than I did enjoy the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I did enjoy some parts of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier more than I did with this film, but there are parts here that I enjoy more. It's action-packed. It's a lot of that. It's a little more on the surface, concentrating more on the action. But, you know, it's enjoyable and definitely a nice addition to the MCU. And hopefully you get to see more this year, because I'm still looking forward to the Thunderbolts. We'll see how that goes. Of course, Fantastic Four. Really looking forward to it. So, my friends, thank you very much for your support. God bless. Take care. Good night. And I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.